Hey, I'm not in the middle anymore. I was in the middle a second ago. Hey there. Hi. Hi there. I'm Tom. Right there. That's my name. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Off the Grid. For a couple of times a month, a couple Sundays, we gather to watch some weird professional wrestling that I found on the internet for us to enjoy together. Hello to everybody across why do I say it like that? Across both the YouTube and Twitch, representing the Erotic Eric Fontaine fan club. Hello, hello, hello to you all. Here in a moment, we will be going to Manitoba. That's in Canada. And watching WFWA Main Event TV, featuring some familiar faces. For those of you who might watch wrestling, I hope you all watch wrestling. It'd be weird if I was attracting people who only watch this as their wrestling intake. Eee. Anyway, before we go forward, since we are on YouTube, that's the wrong graphic. Let me change that. That is old news now. This is why I should have sat down before we went live. I think this is it. Nope, wrong one. I'm bad at this, folks. That was last Off the Grid. Is this it? Nope, that's this week's Off the Grid. What am I doing? My computer has turned on me. What is going on? Is this it? No, that is not it. Gosh, one more try and then I'm giving up on this. That it? There we go! Hey! Alright, so that's my new YouTube video. So go check that out if you've not done so already. About 15 minutes or so, a little less than 15 minutes. I give you all a brief history on WCW Worldwide. A weird, very weird wrestling show. A very bizarre history. So there you go. Thank you, Riffs All Day on Twitch, for the kind words. Yeah, go check that out when we're done tonight. Now, speaking of YouTube, shout out to the members of my Weirdo Empire, aka my YouTube members. Thank you all so much for not just giving me your eyeballs, but also your dollars. Here in a little bit, we will check out what we're watching. I mean, most of you already know. I've already kind of revealed it, but I'll do the official teaser for what we're watching next Sunday for Not Quite Wrestling. So we'll do that as well. So, where am I? There I am! Hey! Alright. Thank you, Ryan, for the kind words on the video. Also, I don't know if you saw earlier today on social media in the Discord, I found, I took my kids to a toy store. They were having a Beyblade tournament, and the gentleman who ran the store, he had a replica WCW World Tag Team title belt. And I thought that the sticker on it said $25. Normally these things sell for a lot more. I found one on eBay for $150. I'm like, there's no way. I take it up to the counter. He's like, no, that's how much I'm selling it for. I was very tempted, but I had just spent a lot of money on my children's Christmas. And I'm like, I gotta survive for the week, so I don't need to be buying replica titles, especially as I'm not a replica title guy. I'm not that guy you walk into with SmackDown with 9 belts on him that really should be aware at all times because someone's gonna challenge them. But anyway, thanks to a kind soul, someone who may or may not be watching right now, and you know who you are. I can't wink, so I'm now in possession of the WCW, you can't hear me now, the WCW World Tag Team title. So, I'll be finding a place to put it somewhere in the next week or two. I literally just was not planning on having this, but I have it now. I should have made up a different story. I should have said I beat up Sean Stasiak before, whatever. So, I have this now. Gotta find something to do with it. Thank you, kind soul. I have to defend it, but I'm the only guy here. Anyway, I've done too much of a bit. We're almost 10 minutes into the hour. We haven't watched any wrestling. Let's go to Manitoba. March of 1992. Watch WFWA with yours truly and yourself and all of us. Let's go. Midnight Fowler, thank you for that Prime sub. That's right, Brian. You can't call it Manitoba anymore. It's sexist. Hey, Dave. It was nice seeing ya. Nice seeing you up front. Yeah, no, Dynamite was a blast. I always have a blast at Dynamite. My son Noli had a great time.
Welcome to WFWA Main Event Wrestling. Joy Ello here in the control center.
Some great matches. Pac and Okada was fantastic. Kyle Fletcher and Kevin Knight was delicious.
Doghouse with your host, Bulldog Bob Brown. You got to check this one out. As well, coming up, a feature match with Marty Jannetty tangling with Boris Zukov. And
why not?
22-man over-the-top rope battle royal to determine the new WFWA
This is a
Canadian
star-studded
Championship.
show.
We've got tag team action featuring Sudden Impact, the former champion, The Natural, Stan Saxon, plus many other top stars.
Stan Saxon.
Coming up in the next hour, we'll be right back with
all the stars are here. Fake White Ken, thank you for starting that hype train. Riffs all day, thank you for subbing with Prime. Yes, 22 men battle royal means they booked 22 people.
We're going to take a look at a young man by the name of Stan Saxon, about 260.
So this reminds me,
Chicago, Illinois.
I don't know if you guys were like this. When I was a kid, I would like to watch sports blooper tapes, and it would always be a broadcaster inside of like an editing bay with a little handheld microphone. And be like, oh, you guys got to see this. And I would cut back and forth.
We are taking a look at Stan Saxon.
And that's the vibe I'm getting from Joe Aiello in the studio.
Young man, Stan Saxon, Nick.
Definitely a weight difference in here, and again, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to be an excellent hit.
50% DNA from Mike Rotunda. Anglin Gilberti is Joe Aiello. Yeah, blooper tapes were great. I didn't have the attention span to watch a full game. I was always down for a good blooper tape. I cannot imagine how many proms were held in this room. Hell yeah, Dave, thank you for becoming a member. Much appreciated. If you're watching on YouTube, please feel free to become a member of my channel. V Revolution, I believe. Sorry, there was a thing blocking the graphic. Either way, thank you for subbing.
So that gives him a tremendous advantage. Both men being big, or I'm sorry, Saxon being
yes, this does give off AWA Pink Room vibes. Yankee, I'm glad to have you.
Saxon went for the hair on Gillespie and got nothing.
Well, Gillespie managed to hold on to that arm tag, and
I think everybody in this promotion that doesn't wrestle has the same haircut.
So many years ago, famous by men like Bulldog Bob
this is fancy lighting.
The Crusher. How about Dick the Bruiser? Well, Dick the Bruiser more so than the Crusher.
Well, I'd say Dick the Bruiser is more like Gillespie.
And I'll tell you one thing, that style's been in and out so many times, I don't know whether it's in or out right now, but hey, it looks good on Gillespie.
It's sure working.
Monkey Bone, thank you for cheering with them bits.
Right now.
Love them bits.
He's grabbing the head, thinking he's going to get a handle.
Yeah, some weird wild cuts on these singlets. Stan Saxon, looks like he grew up watching all the guys in Stampede that got beat up, and was like, hey man, I want to be that guy.
Takes his time. He will try and outfox you to win.
Well, he's going to do whatever he can. He's going to try to use all of the weight.
This looks like there were multiple Murder, She Wrote episodes that were concluded in this room.
Look at the two of them, yes. and I say to myself, which one's got the more articulate moves?
Thank you, Shane Tomlinson. I appreciate the kind words. But I'm not the best. Because that man's mullet is the best. I believe that is Nick Bockwinkel on commentary with Joe Aiello.
Problem there with Saxon is he bent over. And what does he do? He bent over too soon.
The problem with this guy is he bent over. Why do I have the feeling that that's like a Dave Portnoy line?
Now with the big chop there to the chest. Stan Saxon been in the territory for just over a year now.
Been in the territory.
From a young man, show some kind of scientific maneuvering.
That's the shittiest pin I've ever seen. Like, he wasn't trying to be, like, cocky or anything, he just didn't know where to put his weight.
A true understanding of, so to speak, the leverage factors and the pluses and the balance.
Oh yeah, Nathan, this would be an excellent prom room. Go check out GP Spot Fest over on Instagram, TikTok, all the video things on your phone. He makes wrestling look cooler than it is. Old Nathan with a Y. Yeah, so far this is much better wrestling than what we're used to on Off the Grid. Normally, I would have screamed by now.
Maybe a Mark Lewin or a Kevin Sullivan. There's something missing. I don't think the
Merchant bagging with all them bits. Oh my goodness, 145 bits. Hell yeah, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
But he keeps winning, so I guess the bottom line is it's the style that's working for him.
Yeah, man, I think Kevin Sullivan's just become the through line on Off the Grid. So if Stan Saxon is the guy in the red, then it is very funny that Joe Aiello's little bumper was like, hey, let's watch some Stan Saxon. Stan Saxon's the new hot guy in the territory. And then we watch him get his ass kicked.
Showing some agility, and it could be only if he picked him up. I think he picked him up, Nick.
He could have.
I couldn't see it from this angle.
I don't know why.
I couldn't see it from this angle. That's my favorite line. It normally means I was not watching.
Undoubtedly, he was still dazed enough that he didn't even notice where Saxon was.
Well, I guess 265 pounds coming straight at you with that shoulder tackle. Gillespie might be making an auto pack claim here in Manitoba. Or at least checking into his insurance.
Come on, Stan. There's one old lady in the back of the room.
I don't know here, but Saxon now, after a maneuver like that,
I don't know. I like the lighting, but I also hate it. There are so many shadows. More so than usual in a wrestling production.
What he does well. But you want to be consistent. You want to follow. If you've had
like, this would be a great place to do hand puppets.
That you've been using and it's been working well for you, go for it and keep going.
I think they're debating what that spot should be.
Keeping Gillespie in the match when meanwhile he could have had the 1-2-3 by now and trying to add a little bit more pleasure to the pain, I guess, if you will. It depends on who you're talking about here. But now, look, it's coming back to cost.
Why did he take that suplex?
You never know what's in each man's own psyche.
I love how in the middle of his heat, he's like, hey, you should just suplex me. Go ahead. Why not?
He may be trying to impress himself, promotion or whatever.
I don't think he's supposed to be a pirate. I just think he thinks the skull and crossbones are cool. Yeah, these people went nuts for the Irish whip.
Right to the middle of the match. Don't wait.
Oh. That would be a great spot if the referee was tricked into thinking there was a rope break because it's all shadowy. And they're like, yeah, I touched it, I swear.
Yeah. You sit here and you watch the tempo and the pattern of following one move right after another. And if you start to see a little bit of a break in that tempo...
Nick Bockwinkel is trying his hardest to make this match make sense. Apparently that was the end. Like, I'm pretty sure that was a 2 count, but the timekeeper's like, oh, this sucks.
right,
We're
wrestling
done.
fans, the WFWA on tour for the month of March. Friday, March the 13th, 9 o'clock start time. The
Stony Mountain at the Motor
Stony
Inn.
Mountain, Manitoba, at the Mountain
Yeah, that
Motor
match was
Inn.
goofy.
Already signed a big battle royal with the winner to become the
Hell
number
yeah.
one contender
More
for the
battle royals.
WFWA heavyweight crown.
If you're looking
Coming
for
up
the
Saturday,
AA
March
meeting,
the
it's
14th,
downstairs
2
in the
o'clock
lounge.
in the afternoon, the Pine Creek Hotel, already signed.
Do they only
from
run
injury,
hotels?
Tomahawk Gene Swan taking on Bulldog Bob Brown.
Hey, Rudrick, you
In
missed a
big
really
grudge
weird
If
match.
you saw what happened
Nothing too
to little
crazy.
Tomahawk Gene Swan, you
Yeah,
definitely don't wanna
Bulldog
miss this one. Coming up
Bob
Saturday, March
Brown.
21st, the stars of
Bulldog
the
Bob Brown is
WFWA
like
visit
in his
Riverton,
60s, I think.
Manitoba, the Riverton Sportsplex.
But he also
Get your
ran this
tickets now.
territory, so-
Monday, March the 23rd, 8 o'clock start time.
Must be their pay-per-view in the hotel. They were in the motel the night
Elimination
before.
tag team match. Once an athlete's been eliminated,
Oh,
he's
shit.
gotta head back to the dressing room. And coming up
But they don't have
Saturday, March
names
the
for it.
28th,
Oh, they're running a
9
bar.
o'clock start time, the stars of the WFWA return to Grand Marais, Manitoba at Mike Mercury's
Their
bar.
Arfall
What a
says the
great
Mountain
month of
Motor Inn
wrestling
instantly
action.
appears
Don't
when you
dare
go to
miss it.
Stony Mountain, Manitoba on Google Maps. So that is the only thing in that town. Nathan, yes. I get what you mean.
Yeah, coming up a little bit later on that main event, 22-man over the top rope.
Please
battle
blink
royal
if
to
they're
determine the
hurting
new
you.
WFWA Canadian Heavyweight Champion. Right now, let's
I
take
love that
a
we're
look at
having
the
a battle
former
royal in this
WFWA
show.
champion from
But
Charlotte,
also,
North
you need to
Carolina.
come
Here
out
is
to this
the
next show to
Natural.
watch a battle royal.
All right,
Here we
wrestling
go.
fans,
So
join
this
us
gentleman
with
here, the Natural,
former
if you do not know, this is Don Callis.
To my left, Nick, we're enjoying all the great action from here at the ringside, and we are going to take a look at a former champion.
The referee is that guy from the electric company? That is Joe Aiello, yes.
He can take and match his outfit. That looks class. That looks quality.
That looks class, he says, about
Well, I'll tell you
a
what,
$30
he carries
robe.
himself off a lot like you.
Holy shit, Don Callis'
Before
opponent is
working for the
white.
AWA and across the globe, the Natural, well, he's off to a good start. A very good one-loss record here in the WFWA. Like I said, he did carry the Canadian Heavyweight Championship belt.
Yeah,
at one
I love
time. He
how
might have his hands full here
blatant
with a man by
Don
the
is
name of
making
Eric
it
Freeze.
clear
My first look
that
at him.
he is doing
Very
everything.
good. When you come out and you start setting a fast
Like, he
pace,
just blatantly put his head in that dude's legs for the head scissors.
because a lot often
The referee is Joe Aiello's cousin Danny.
the opponent always
They're all
tries to
connected.
lead. What's your game plan? Because you're telling
You all
something
look like that
to
in
him by
Manitoba.
what you do in the very beginning.
Well, the Natural
We don't look much
has been
better in
around for a
Indiana.
couple of years now, showing himself very well, but
Eric
on
Freeze
this one.
is the
And
opponent.
now on the Natural, he might be taking this man a little bit too lightly at the
Oh,
moment.
gosh.
Tried to get him there with a leg takedown.
Like, I kind of liked that, even though it was clearly fucked up.
Well, what happened right there is when you're coming off those ropes, you're moving 20 miles an hour. At that speed and the few short feet that you've got to go, you've got to take and try to make some quick decisions. And as often as you see a fumble in a football game.
Ooh, you
you're
found
gonna
this
see the
taping
same
on
thing in a
Cage
wrestling.
Match.
Oh, well, the Natural is
Everything's on Cage Match, except for some really obvious things. Yes, this is the most naked Don Callis has probably ever been in his life.
I'll tell you that right now. He's hot.
Rodney, I love you too, my man. Thank you.
There's no question.
By the way, if you've never seen, I don't know if it's still up on Don Callis' Pro Wrestling Tees store,
Well, let's not
but
take
at one
anything away
point,
from that
I
man.
think it was
He would have been
before he
champion
joined
if he wasn't
AEW.
good at what he does in
He had a Pro Wrestling Tees store, but it was just
There you go. There's the
shirts
movement
that his
there.
wife
That's how you'll
designed,
have to think about
or his
points.
girlfriend, or his partner, whoever she is. And it's just like motivational sayings. Has nothing to do with them.
Your vertebrae there, all your weight coming
Macy
down.
Grayman, hello.
The chances of a dislocated disc is great. And so
This
that's
is
why
like a
most
wrestling
wrestlers
fit
lose
from a
seconds.
cop
Power
show.
control
Is the most
because they
specific commentary
Well, the Natural has
possible.
turned this one around in a hurry. A deadly knee drop to the
Thank
top
you,
of the
Rodney.
head, the skull. The
Alright.
Natural, though, he looks a little cocky in there tonight, Nick.
Well, there's no
Sorry
question.
about that.
The
My
Natural,
internet went down momentarily.
time that they've spent, he's got the experience. But one of the things, whether he's
Alright,
trying to
good, good,
duplicate
good.
or
Suzanne,
emulate
thank you for
somebody else that
subbing
he's admired or
right when I was
whatever,
about to cry.
Don't get fancy. When it's time to cover a man, cover up.
We might have an upset. No,
You got it,
only two
exactly.
counts. The Natural.
The name of the game is go for a pin, not just pose and try to pin at the same time.
That's right. He's very methodical, though, for a young man who's only been wrestling for a few years.
Oh shit,
He's got
sorry.
some good stylings in
Just
there.
making sure we were back up.
The likings of a Randy Macho Man Savage, perhaps even the world champion Ric Flair. Duck under now by Freeze.
Oh, two. Two count there. Oh my, oh my.
I like that move.
Almost caught us off, but
How do you sub through Prime? You have to open up Twitch in your browser on a desktop, and then it'll give you the option to sub through Prime. I hate it. I think it's stupid. And you have to, if you want to re-up, you can't just leave it as an automatic, like, subscription. Yeah, it cannot be mobile. I hate it. So silly. Okay, his store is still there. If you want to go look up Don Callis' Pro Wrestling Tees store, it is hilarious.
Could have been as he was leaving the top turnbuckle.
And that's showing signs of experience. Oh, holy cow! Freeze might be surprising him again now.
I think...
One, two, only a 2 count.
Wow, Refs All Day was able to sub in via Prime in the app. Maybe they've updated it. We will find out. I think we need Eric Freeze to come back to avenge himself and wrestle Okada. I know, right, Susan Animal? They have all these people that they don't pay human wages to.
And a lot of times that's what it took.
Yeah, so Brian brought it up. March 792, we're up against WrestleMania 8, which was my first live wrestling show. Erroneous, thank you for getting that Prime sub. Much appreciated. Much, much appreciated. Up against WrestleMania 8. Up against Super Brawl 2. In the same period of time. Oh my god, he almost killed him.
All the great action from coast to coast on the Wfwa Wrestling Network.
You better quit taking so much time and get the
Alright, yeah, it looks like Twitch still hasn't updated for mobile. I'll let you do your Prime sub. Smoky Mountain has just started. Oh, that's probably why he doesn't wrestle anymore. That knee's old. Yeah, maybe Don Callis contacted Comcast and was like, hey man, stop that stream.
You want to pose, then you can see exactly. Oh, good move. Good move. Come on, get it. Don't stand around.
Inexperience showing here, though.
His inexperience is showing here, pal.
Oh! DDT maneuver. The skull face first into the mat. This could be it. Sayonara. It's all over. The Natural.
Don Callis, our victor. I think this, because this is I think this promotion off and on lasted for like a decade after this.
Well, ladies and gentlemen,
thank you for the sub, Rodney. Yeah, YouTube makes it real weird, makes it easy for you to not sub.
And of course, in case you people really don't know, I am Bulldog Bob.
So this man was still wrestling on these shows.
I'm going to introduce you to the
He looks older than death.
Professional wrestling. I'm going to get to the bottom of a lot of bad things between the promotion and the wrestlers. I'm going to bring it out.
That makes it sound like there's like a sex scandal.
I don't have to sit next to Joella, and you know how bad that's been for the last 7 or 8 months. I couldn't get a word in edgewise. I know you people out there are not going to like what I'm going to say, but I could care less.
He's going to say slurs. All right, Bungie did the trail, looked it up. WFWA went until 2000, according to Wikipedia. Yes, that's Max. That is one of Don Callis' wife's shirts. They were born to shine.
About Natural. Of course, you know, on February the 6th, 1992, in Emerson, Manitoba,
man, he didn't have the budget to get a suit that fitted.
The idea of taking the belt away from you after you won it. 2 referees were involved. Hey, what is your comments on this?
Well, Bob, let's keep one thing in mind throughout this interview. I didn't get pinned for that, to lose that title.
Gee, I wonder who his favorite wrestler is.
I won it in a ring, and I lost it in the boardroom of the championship committee. That is politics. It is not wrestling. And the reason for it is that Tony Condello could not find an opponent to beat the Natural. So the only resolution, the only solution was a little bit of dirty.
Also, the
polish on
WFWA
this part.
editing
The
bay is
belt was
pretty
stolen
sweet. It's
from
got a
me,
couch
and I never received
and another
the
chair.
proper shot at it again with Gene Swan. And Gene Swan, your day is coming. And the same
Gene
goes for Tony
Swan.
Candela.
I'm
I am
coming to
not a
send
happy
Hechicero
man,
after
Bulldog.
you.
Natural. Let's talk about the international.
Were these guys
Inn,
in the same
the
room?
famous big hotel in Winnipeg, Manitoba, where the international taping took place.
It would have really made
No,
me
they're not.
sick
They're clearly
to see
not in the same
Kiniski
room.
After he gave me those knife handles to the throat, after he chopped me in the face, it would have made me sick to see Gene Kiniski.
1989 DSK. Thank you so much. This is from 1992. It aired on March the 7th in Manitoba. I need to show him an old Don Callis promo. I told him that we were watching something with Don Callis with hair, and he was like, "No." Okay, they were in the same room now. Oh my God, he does, Brian. You nailed it. This is the guy that Shannon Tweed is making out with on Cinemax.
On the Indian reservation in northern Manitoba.
What the fuck?
Gene Swan, I want you to have a good look. Because this is what's going to happen to you and everybody else that sticks their nose.
I think it's illegal to threaten somebody
This
like
is
that.
the Doghouse, and we'll see you next week.
All right, wrestling fans, the WFWA on tour for the month of March, Friday, March the 13th.
Does he just keep those pictures in his wallet?
The stars of the WFWA in Stony Mountain, Manitoba at the
Sir, could I see some
Mountain
identification,
Motor Inn.
please?
A big battle
Did you
royal
kill
with
this
the winner
man,
to
sir?
become the #1 contender for the WFWA heavyweight crown. Coming up Saturday, March the 14th, 2 o'clock in
Watching
the
this on the
afternoon,
big screen.
the Pine
Hell
Tree
yeah. Thank you,
Hotel.
Ronnie.
Already signed, returning from injury, Tomahawk Gene Swan taking on
Gene
Bulldog
Swan,
Bob
who
Brown in
died,
a big
according to that
match.
last
If you saw
segment.
what happened to little Tomahawk Gene Swan, you definitely don't want to miss this one.
Zach,
Coming
hello,
up Saturday,
hello.
March 21st, the stars
Glad
of the
to have you.
WFWA
Yeah, no,
visit
Bob Brown,
Riverton,
like-
Manitoba, the Riverton Sportsplex. Get
I
your
have a
tickets
feeling they
now.
shot that
Monday,
last
March
shot
the 23rd,
first,
8 o'clock
and one of them
start
had to go
time.
somewhere.
Return engagement, Peguis reserve the Peguis Hall. 6-man elimination.
That is some
tag
heel
team match.
dedication to keep a
Once an
picture of
athlete's
your
been
bloody
eliminated,
enemy,
he's gotta
multiple
head back to the
pictures
dressing room.
of your
And
bloody
coming up
enemy in your
Saturday, March
wallet.
the 28th, 9 o'clock start time. The stars of the WFWA return to Grand Marais, Manitoba at Mike Mercury's bar. What a
Sir,
great
what have
month
you
of
done to your
wrestling
grandson?
action.
Give
Don't
that
you
back
dare
to
miss
me.
it. Time for today's feature match. A special
Oh shit, Battle Royal
for wrestling
time.
Fans around the globe. We're going to take a look at Marty Jannetty and
Wait, no,
great
where's the Battle
wrestling star
Royal?
Boris Zukov, only seen here.
No,
on
I didn't. The
WFWA
cops took
Main
away the
Event
rope from me
Wrestling.
before I could take pictures, Shanky.
We are off and running, and you're taking a look at one big Russian bear.
Oh,
by
this
the
is an
name of
old
Boris
thing.
Zukov. He's going to be tangling here, locking horns, if you will.
This is some old footage. They didn't actually book Marty Jannetty or Boris Zukov.
Of the Rockers, Joe Allo sitting at ringside with Bulldog Bob Brown and Bulldog. This
You
one
fucking
should be a great
liars.
battle.
Well, I guarantee you one thing. If you want action, don't turn that down.
They're pretending
Everybody
like this
knows Marty
happened
Jannetty,
at a
and everybody knows
WFWA
Boris
show.
Zukov. Two great competitors
And this is, like,
and
from
professional
Missouri or
wrestlers. And we got
something.
it right here today on WFWA. What an exciting match
Like-
this is going to be, Joe.
All right, these two
8
men
years
are
before
ready to
this.
feel each other out here right in the middle of the squared circle. Jannetty locking up with Boris Zukov, the bigger of the two men. And you know what's
Marty
gonna have to
Jannetty
happen
had
here?
just
Jannetty's
been
gonna have
fired
to
from the
use his agility
WWF.
and speed
He
to
was
overcome
available.
The strength and power of Zukov.
Well, I've always said that Jannetty has got an attitude problem.
I should try the New York Times crossword puzzle on Monday. Okay, I will. Thank you, Suzanne.
Zukov gets after him because Zukov don't care how he wins. As long as
Sean's
he
in the
wins.
locker
And by the way,
room.
Joe, I hear a lot of these wrestling professional stars.
Yeah, WFWA was in Manitoba. This match, though, did not happen in Manitoba. Did not happen in 1992. Yes, that's Joe Aiello. Yes, we established that a few minutes ago. Joe Aiello with Bulldog Bob Brown, carrying around bloody pictures of, I was going to say Rich Swan, not Rich Swan. Rich Swan was like 3 when this aired.
What the wrestling fans, Joe, want. They know when Bulldog Bob Brown gets in there, they're going to get excitement. Hey, they pay the top dollar to see wrestling. And I'll guarantee you, this is what they're getting. When you got a guy like Zukov against Marty Jannetty, hey, listen, it's worth $20 or $25 instead of $10.
All right. You are seeing a look at one of the
This match is worth $20. It's not worth
USSR,
10.
Boris Zukov tangling with Marty Jannetty, former
Gene
rocker,
Swan,
right
yes.
here in singles action. Once again, the promotion.
Shout out to that
talking
sweet
some
patch
great
of hair on the
athletes
back of
like
Boris
Canada's
Zukov's
greatest
giant
athlete,
head.
Gene Kiniski. You talk about the Clawmaster, Baron Von Raschke, as well, Jumpin' Jimmy Brunzell, and one of the biggest men ever in professional
Yeah, very
wrestling.
sad that
I'm talking about
AEW is no
Maka
longer
Singh,
with us.
who's been
R.I.P.
wrestling in
to
Mexico.
the sign.
He's going to be returning in the territory in the month of April.
Well, Joe,
I love
you
that the
said it all.
referee,
I don't have to mention
Jannetty
it,
bridges
but
up
you
with the top
can't
wrist
mention
lock,
the third man in
and the referee's
ring.
like,
None other than the
and then
great
just
Sonny
walks
Myers.
off.
And you know what Sonny Myers has done in his day. He was one of the best.
Well, he is
1986 Central States, and they are claiming this happened at a recent WFWA show.
And believe it or not, Jannetty applying a lot of pressure there in that arm bar, and he is the smaller of the two men, but he's showing a lot of strength, and so is Zukov. Picking him up, but he holds on, and he's still at work there on that left
It's
arm of
obvious it
Zukov.
didn't happen at a WFWA show because there's not a chandelier
Hey, he's a high
off in the
flyer.
distance.
I tell you, he gets the holds. You have to get out of them. I'll guarantee you, anybody that gets in the ring with Marty Jannetty, Joe, and I'll tell you, from experience, you've got to be in good shape because this guy's capable.
The referee
of
seems
60 minutes
bored.
Just like that.
All right, this is
I mean, I don't blame them.
This
This match is kind of a snore so far.
And he is impressing me. I thought he was a great one in tag team action with
I
his
bet you that's
partner,
what it's for,
but he is
Brian.
showing us a lot of good stuff
The
in there.
Borzukov's
On
holding
one
out
side of the
hope
ring
that he gets
without
to
a
play
partner
like
taking
a
on Zukov.
Mongol
Nice
or
technical maneuver there
the
by
missing
Zukov,
Link's partner.
who's reversed the hold.
Thank you, Yankee
Well, I
Hawk.
think
Much
we'd like to see
appreciated.
Jannetty to go on and win this match. I really don't know who won it, but I guarantee you one thing: if he does to go on to win this match, Joe, I'd like
The ref's
to have
not
a
just
match.
Nick Patrick.
All right,
I think he's
he
kneeling.
gave a crack
He's
to
just like
Boris
sleeping
Zukov,
on the
an arm
rope.
drag takedown and right back to work on that left arm, showing a lot of experience in there. What you're saying is you want to
Yeah,
see
I'd say
Jannetty
7
win
years
this
more
one,
experience.
To move him up the ladder a bit so you can maybe get a prestigious shot at an up-and-coming young star. Well, he's made a name for himself in professional wrestling.
Yeah, he's made a name
Are you
for himself.
kidding
already.
me?
But I usually take those names away when they came up to this neck of the woods. I teach them what wrestling's all about. If you want to come up this way, it's
I
a
love
brawl
this
when you get in the ring with
carniness.
Bulldog Bob Brown. And anybody that knows been in the ring with
I
this
think he
knows
did. I
he's
think
gonna
Bob
have a
Brown just
knockout.
stole the
This is
tapes
a
and was
smart
like,
young kid.
someday I will
Held
be a
that
part of a
arm down
company
for
that
3 or
will
4
not
minutes.
tape
He knows
enough
what he's
matches
doing.
Well, he's
at their
trying to
TV
drive down his
tapings.
opponent. Big forearm there
And
by
we
the
will
big
need-
Russian. And another one to the small of the
We
neck,
will
and
need
Zukov
to
is
be
turning
able
things
to
around
fill
in this
time.
one. A turnbuckle for
When that
Fisher,
happens,
a right hand to the midsection.
I will
Irish
be
whip off
usable.
The ropes, and Zukov, he comes sailing in with a shoulder block, but Jannetty moving out of the way, and that one's got to numb the arm of Zukov.
Well, yeah, he hit the
See, at least
steel
Bronco
post.
Lubitsch was, like,
Goes down for
old
about
and
30,
broken. This
35
referee's
seconds,
just
but I'll guarantee you,
tired.
Zukov is not going to give up yet, Joe.
Well, he's still working over that arm, Jannetty, and he rams that one into the turnbuckle. And you
See, at
can
least
the expression
WCW,
on
when they
Zukov's
aired those
face.
late
He's gotta
80s
have one of
matches
the
on, like,
biggest
Pro,
moments in professional wrestling. That is a big head, abnormal.
Well,
they
you know,
said, hey, we're
Zukov
going to a
plays
flashback.
awesome once in a while, Joe. It's like their national
This
hockey
company's
team. You
like,
know,
let's
the
go to
Russians,
this
they just think
up-and-coming
about winning
main
the big
event
tournaments,
match
the
that
Olympics.
just happened
Hey, they play possum
between
until
Marty
they wanna
Jannetty
put
and
the game
Boris
away. Look what
Zukov.
they went out and did to Canada. Canada was favored to win the game, and the Russians came back and dumped them like yesterday's garbage. He's doing the same thing right now.
Well, I can expect that coming from you, hailing from Kansas City, Missouri. But you're all right, Zukov is known
The
that when you
ref was a
think you got the
sheriff.
man beat, he comes out of nowhere and pumps up those big
Thank
arms
you,
of his,
Lark
and
Bark.
I'll tell
Much
you one thing,
appreciated.
look at the
Everybody
work
check
for
out that
where
WCW
Jannetty
Worldwide
working over
video.
that left arm
Brief
for a
history
good
that I
5
posted.
minutes now. But I'll tell you right now, Mr. Brown, that if promoter Tony Condello and his associates with the WFWA signs a man like Marty Jannetty or even Boris Zukov, what a coup for this organization.
Well, I tell you what.
Yeah,
you see
they
the banner
signed them.
WFWA. Hey, listen, you see the best. It's usually the only wrestling in town anyways. The organization that brings in the big names. Hey, we're here. We're stationed here. And I'll guarantee you got the best
They're
wrestling
bragging
studio in the country
about
to do it.
having a
As
tape
you
of a
know,
Marty
Joe,
Jannetty
we're here
match.
every week doing the play-by-play. And I'll guarantee you one thing. If he can be signed I'll guarantee you promoter Tony Condello will go out and force him to sign.
All right. I thought this was Tony Condello's show, but yes, it is a Tony Condello show. The guy who did all those death tours where they had to drive across ice, get to the shows.
Returning from a big month of March in, well, as well, February in Mexico and around the world. I know he returned from Germany as well.
You just say it is February in Mexico? That's not how time works. It's February everywhere if it's February at all. And if it's March, it's definitely not February in Mexico.
And I wrote him back and said, hey, there's a lot of show-offs coming around here, and I'll guarantee we need a guy like you to straighten a few things out.
Well, I'll tell you what we need. We need a lot of fans to show their support and right.
I'll tell you what we need. We need a lot of fans to show up.
If they'd like to see big
At least they're honest.
like Marty Jannetty, Boris Zukov, or the names we've already mentioned, they can write to the promotion and care of promoter Tony
They're confused by calendars. It's February here, it's May there, it's 1986, 2002.
He's turned this match around.
Yeah, it's just a matter of time now.
Yeah, Tony Condello would not book any deathmatch wrestlers to go across the ice, unfortunately.
All the tricks that he learned. I'll guarantee you, Jannetty better come around real quick, because I tell you, if he don't,
Yeah, Makan Singh, the one and only.
Get back in there. Zukov using that big head now with a head.
WFWA is how Hogan did his math. Yeah, brother, this is how I work 400 matches a year, 400 days a year.
And I don't know if Jannetty's been.
I love that guy in the front row, the guardrail breaks. He's like, what am I supposed to do with this?
I can tell you right now, Jannetty knows where he is.
I don't think he knows where he is.
Oh my God, this match is long.
Zukov has got him exactly where he wants him to.
I kind of want to skip ahead because this is boring as fuck.
Once you got him, don't let him up. Don't give him a chance to breathe. Move in and beat him. And this is what Zukov is going to do. Mark my words, Joe. I told you so.
I thought you were going to say you both have big heads, and that's definitely the way it goes in the ego department as well. You can't stop talking about yourself. Marty Jannetty now, he's making his comeback here, if you will, grabbing that leg. And Jannetty on fire. The
shit. This match is long.
Battling it out outside
oh my God, is this thing seriously going to a double count out?
Boris Zukov. Jannetty looks like a man-possessed bulldog.
Well, don't you think he should be disqualified? What is the referee doing?
Well, he's
what is the referee? Why does he sound like Goofy?
Jannetty ran back in the ring to save himself from a defeat, if you will, a count out. And he's back on top of things now with Zukov. Irish whip reversal. Jannetty,
I think Marty might win. Please win. Please win.
And a 3-year winner, Marty Jannetty.
If you've never seen it, there's a voice actor on YouTube, an impressionist, who overdubs wrestling promos, and he did the CM Punk Eddie Kingston AEW in-ring promo, where Punk he did as Mickey Mouse, and Kingston he did as Goofy. It is fucking hilarious.
The Pine Creek Hotel already signed, returning from injury. Tomahawk Gene Swan taking on Bulldog Bob Brown in a big grudge match. If you saw
this song is way too exciting for WFWA.
Don't want to miss this one. Coming up Saturday, March 21st, the stars of the WFWA visit Riverton, Manitoba. The Riverton Sports.
Hey, refs as Wizards, you just missed the longest match ever.
23rd, 8 o'clock start time. Return engagement. Peguis reserve the Peguis Hall.
Peguis.
6-man elimination tag team match.
We don't know who's going to be in it.
He's got to head back to the
maybe Boris Zukov.
Saturday, March the 28th, 9 o'clock start time. The stars of the WFWA.
Is it worse than that one Carlito match that New Legacy did? That was it, Carlito and Punk? And like one of the SmackDown games that just never ended.
I work out 7 days a week. How can you do that with 3 kids? I have a
We're gonna. I know we love commercials, but there's too much show.
Sudden impact right here on WFWA Main Event Wrestling.
All right, hey, it's a good wrestler. So that's Lance Storm right there, with his rat tail and his tassels.
there's that split second. He's only 5 feet from the corner, and his mind
His
says,
hair is as
"Leap up
tall
here,
as his
try to come back with a
forehead."
press."
Well, they make that tag now. Storm. This is where that tag team effort comes.
Oh! Chris, you shouldn't have jumped. That's Chris Jericho right there.
I thought he would have had him. Let's give Jordan some credit there for getting out of that maneuver. First time I've seen a maneuver like that. These two men could be
He didn't get out of it. His opponent broke it up. Why does everyone in this promotion take the backdrop like they're trying to land on their feet, and then they just like break their heels?
Storm and Jericho, they've got moves that the Rockers haven't put together yet.
Well,
Because they're broken up, Nick Bockwinkel. Or maybe they're coming to the WFWA.
Absolutely, and they're proving it by the moves that they're making. A lot of them are moves that, in me not having seen them, then you know that they're putting a lot of paperwork down, sitting and figuring what they can do with their bodies.
They're putting a lot of paperwork down. Nick Bockwinkel thinks they're drawing up schematics for their double team moves. And Marty was just there. That's right, Brian. How dare you? Marty just won a match.
I've made probably 30 trips to Japan over a 25.
That's right, Suzanimal. Yeah. I can see guys getting out of the heart camp and being like, now I can land on my feet. Except they can't, and they break their heels.
New York City, New York, the Big Apple, his tag team partner Lance Storm watching on.
Did they just say Jericho's from New York, New York? Technically he's from Manhasset.
The second half of the match had to go over to sudden impact, but now things have sort of
Lance, get out of the ring, buddy. Yes. Jericho and Lance both started in 1990. They had their first match against each other.
I know I saw one of the men holding his.
They could have had their last match against each other, but you know, Chris doesn't want to be home.
A collision on the 409, either one of them able to maintain his balance.
Yeah, his dad played for the Rangers, but he was born in Manhasset. The heel trip coming into the ring. I think Lance has said, look, because people have asked him, are you going to do Jericho's last match? He's like, dude, I can't.
This way right now he's maintaining 2 men.
Like, he physically can't. Like, his body's a rat.
Storm is on fire, the adrenaline going, and here we go now. He should be letting go of his opponent.
Oh shit, oh shit, alright. I love Lance pointing, like, that's my guy. And literally all Manhasset has going for it is that Chris Jericho was born there.
Sudden impact made up of Chris Jericho and Lance Storm. Our first look at them in tag team action.
Our first look at them. He just came to the territory.
Two young men tangled with a couple of wily veterans like Bulldog Bob Brown and Champagne Jerry Morrow. Don't go anywhere, fans. Coming up, today's main event, and what a match it was. 22 men
what a match it was
to determine the new WFWA heavyweight champion. And
he talks like he's trying to make himself pass out.
I'm talking about Nick Bockwinkel. That's all coming up. Today's main event
so
right
high.
after this. All right, wrestling
one of those
fans,
dudes might have been
WFWA
Dr. Luther.
on
He was
tour
in
for
that
the month of
scene.
March, Friday, March the 13th, 9 o'clock start time. The
I'm never going to
stars of
forget the
WFWA
Mountain
in
Motor
Stony
Inn.
Mountain, Manitoba, at the Mountain Motor Inn. Already signed a big battle royal with the winner to become the number
Again,
one
I love that
contender
that's the
for
selling point for this
WFWA
next
heavyweight
show.
crown. Coming
And
up Saturday,
we're going to
March
have a
the
battle
14th,
royal
2
here.
o'clock in the
Hey,
afternoon.
Stagwire.
The Pine Creek Hotel already signed, returning
One of them was
from
Dr.
injury.
Luther. Okay.
Tomahawk Gene Swan taking on Bulldog Bob Brown in a big grudge match. If you saw what happened to little Tomahawk Gene Swan, you definitely don't
wrestling
want to miss
stay for
this
the
one.
room.
Coming up Saturday, March 21st,
We have free
the stars
HBO.
of the WFWA visit Riverton, Manitoba. The Riverton Sportsplex. Get your tickets now. Monday, March the 23rd, 8 o'clock start time. Return engagement. Pegwis reserved the Pegwis Hall. 6-man elimination tag team match. Once an athlete's been eliminated,
I prefer
he's gotta
companies
head
with
back to the
3-letter
dressing room.
names.
And
Just,
coming
I think
up
it rolls off the
Saturday,
tongue
March
better.
the 28th, 9 o'clock start time. The stars of the WFWA.
Thank you, Zach. And you would know, you are a professional broadcaster. If you've not done so already, folks, we talked about it on Tuesday's WCW Deep Cuts Live. Go check out Zach's interview with Kyle Fletcher on YouTube. It is excellent.
Not going to take much time here because all the action's going to speak for itself in the squared circle. 22 of the top
Like at the end of the show, does he just
today,
fall over?
Names like Gene Kiniski, Canada's greatest athlete, Bulldog Bob Brown, Champagne Jerry Morrow, as well the Natural Gene Swan, plus many other top
My
stars.
pleasure, Zach. You do good work.
To see who would become the new WFWA heavyweight champion. Let's take you up to the ring to see who.
See, this battle royal sounds way more
champion
important than
right
that one they're trying to sell
WFWA
tickets
main event
to.
Wrestling. We're going to join this one in
Yeah,
progress.
Jerry Morrow is one of those dudes that like all these guys. Why are there? There's like 7 guys in there,
Bobby J, you've got 4-on-3 a predicament if that's
and everyone looks scared to touch each other.
And that's dangerous for one of them anyway, for a double team effort.
Here's where you see a lot of the duplicity.
Okay, we joined it in progress. That okay?
Trying to get everybody to help everybody.
But did we? Did we join it in progress, or did we Burt Prentice join it in progress?
Jericho just
Oh God!
eliminated.
Jericho fell into the dark abyss.
The Natural just
He will never be seen again.
lifted him over the top rope as Jericho was coming.
Look at Bob
The
Brown.
Mountain Motor Inn is still in
Oh,
business.
isn't this nice?
Hell yeah!
Oh, good.
M, thank you for the follow.
I thought he got
Much
stunned.
appreciated.
Saxon's been eliminated as well. Oh, like how Bulldog could be gone. Oh,
Bulldog could be gone. No way, he's not taking that bump. M Knerd, or is it M Nerd or Knerd?
They're really watching out for each
That is
other.
Bulldog Bob Brown therapy. That old man who was doing the interview earlier is now in the
He
ring.
doesn't want to take on somebody, but he's going to take on the Natural. And
Oh,
Jannetty now with a shot to the midsection. You know, Kiniski, exactly like you call, he's going to keep his back.
they just say that's Marty Jannetty. It's not Marty
He
Jannetty.
knows Morrow and Brown. I don't even know if they care about the title as much as putting out.
Oh, hold on, buddy.
Eliminated.
Took that one right on his bottom of his spine. Martu Jannetty.
I don't know.
Good one. I love it.
Kiniski, but you never know.
Well, that's the Natural.
We have all the old guys left who don't want to bump over the top rope.
He is coming out of retirement for the matches the past few weeks. There's no love lost between any of these people.
What was that?
Three veterans here.
And they're stalking.
I'm on fire!
You know, you're not going to see a lot of action.
Yeah, they're genuinely, I think, trying to figure out how they're going to get each other over the top rope
Bob Brown said,
safely.
you're not going to get away from it. You're going to get beat.
It's like the gimmick Battle Royal at Mania 17, only there's 3 Iron Sheiks.
Karate thrust there, if you will. Oh, and Morrow just took a shot. Here you go. Now this is where, oh, look at them. Both of them are going to work on Kiniski. That hard headbutt of Jerry Morrow.
And Jerry Morrow might be the youngest guy here, 43 years old. Oh,
Clothesline that landed. It didn't
ducked,
look
but his
pretty,
knees
he
wouldn't go
did
down
pretty
low
good
enough.
with those
So
three
he got
men.
punched in the
There's nothing pretty about the
face.
three of them to begin with.
They claim that was Marty Jannetty. Fucking awesome. I love this
Does a guy
company.
like Gene have to counteract now and wait for a mistake to happen, Nick?
We got Gene
Where to go?
Kiniski, Bulldog Bob Brown, and Jerry Morrow.
He can be dazed. He can be half out of it. You try to keep us cognizant. You live in a...
Gene Kiniski
Look at
looks like
Kiniski.
he will fall
That's
apart if he
not
falls
a look
down.
Of pain. That's a look of anger. And you're, oh, call him an old man if you will, but I'll tell you what.
Yes, I will call him an old man. He is old as shit.
Whatsoever.
There's 3 old dogs
I'm-
in there that are chewing and scratching.
I'm fascinated to see how they get 2 of these guys over the top rope.
Oh, a big boot tomorrow, and he all underneath.
Okay, there we go. That was a relatively safe elimination.
Bob Brown has been eliminated.
He did, yes, Jerry Morrow,
He
R.I.P.
just realized that Brown's been eliminated. Jane Kiniski, Nick.
Jade Kiniski's old as shit, and he won the Battle Royal.
The referee didn't see Morrow go over.
Gene Kiniski's 64 years old.
The referee was being sabotaged. Oh, come
Oh
on.
my goodness, he actually did take a decent over-the-top rope bump.
Nick, we're both in awe.
I love the apron cam guy just walking right in front of the hard cam. Like, fuck you, I need to get my shot. Gene Kiniski, you have to talk into the microphone. Yes, Gene Kiniski is so old that they couldn't use him as a wrestler at Starrcade 83. They had to use him as a referee. And he's still wrestling here.
He was out. He noticed the feet were down. He took Jerry Morrow and threw him
Fans
over
are
the
throwing
ropes.
trash in the
He
ring.
didn't see it. Morrow, thinking quickly, ran back in the ring, took out Kiniski. And ladies and gentlemen, I wish I could be telling you differently, Nick.
You could
but it's
put the
all
microphone
history.
up to your
The
mouth.
new WFWA Canadian Heavyweight Champion is Champagne Jerry Morrow, and I'm sure Kiniski is not finished with this one.
No, all this is going to do is
He
inspire that
should be.
Bulldog,
He's
to
old as
stay
shit.
around quite a while.
Whoa. They're getting so much heat from that one lady.
Why don't you get up, boy, one time, hey?
I'll tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, come on.
Are they setting up a Nick Bockwinkel Bob Brown match? Fantastic. Please. Yes. Cross State Exam Championship Wrestling.
Ladies and gentlemen, a few days
That's
later,
Gene
even here
Kiniski's
by
last
myself, I
match
still
according to
can't believe
Wikipedia.
it. The new WFWA
Hopefully it
Heavyweight
is.
Champion, Champagne Jerry Morrow. If that's not enough, wait till he
Champagne Jerry Morrow is the champion? Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to finish this game of Oregon Trail before I pass out, because I haven't breathed in over 30 minutes.
Winter Heat 1992. Stay tuned for the month of April. The WFWA promoters are planning one of the biggest tours in Canadian wrestling history, featuring some of the top names in professional wrestling. We'll give you more details in weeks
Dude,
to come.
is your
We'll see you
junk
7
up
days
inside
from
you?
now.
Is that what you're
Joy
talking
here
like that?
on WFWA Main Event Wrestling. That's all the time we have. Next week, a special feature on Canada's greatest athlete, Gene Kiniski. We'll take you back to the doghouse, plus many other top matches right here. Have yourselves a good one. We'll see you next time.
All right, so before we go to the next episode, I'm back Tuesday on Twitch for WCW Deep Cuts Live. Here's what we'll be watching then.
Watch out, stick!
All right. There's one Rookie of the Year in this company in 1993, of course. God, I'm so excited for Tuesday. Also, shout out to you, Zach, for staying up for these streams, even though I know you have work at like 4 a.m. You are a real one. Oh, they've switched their logo.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another edition of WFWA.
Thank you for the
Main
super
Event
chat,
Wrestling.
Frankie. I
Joy
appreciate
here, and a lot
you.
to tell you about in the
You
next
rock as
60
well.
minutes. We've got another special feature with Bulldog Bob Brown in the doghouse, and a special guest coming up a little bit later on. Today's main event will feature Champagne Jerry Morrow, the new WFWA Heavyweight Champion. Taking up with the Bulldog, they will be taking on Bobby J and his partner, Jason Power. As well, we'll have Canada's greatest athlete, Gene Kiniski.
Jason
in singles
Power.
action, a feature match with Akio Sato, one of the great Japanese athletes. Plus many other great bouts. It's all
Depends
coming up
on the.
in
I'm
next 60
typically.
minutes. We're gonna take a
I'm
short
Warren
break
Wee
and come right
Wheelhouse,
back.
1989 DSK with like bad 90s obscure territory TV wrestling. But maybe
Plus, it was
someday.
my pleasure
Absolutely.
To be working with one of the greatest champions of all time.
Yes,
I'm
Gene
talking
Kiniski
about
was
Nick
just in the Battle Royal we
Join
watched,
me at
Peter.
ringside to call all the great
Just took a bump over the top rope.
action, including this one with Tomahawk Gene Swan in singles competition.
Oh, crap. Bob Brown has pictures of him in his wallet.
Wrestling fans, Joy Hill with one of the legendary wrestlers of all time, Nick Bockwinkel. And
Oh, I thought he was going to say Gene Swan was one of the legendary wrestlers of all time.
The
Hell yeah, Brian. I always say it when you bring it up on here, Brian, but I really need to get into 90 Day Fiancé again. I was really into it during the pandemic with Big Ed and the gang, but I need to get back into it. Thank you, Silky J, my boy TK, friend of the channel, and now friend of my family. I love we're doing the two-shot here with no microphone.
Former AWA heavyweight champion Nick Bockwinkel. Nick, I know it's been a long time coming.
Guys, we have to scream like this, because if we don't, the camera will not pick up our audio.
And it's always a pleasure to come back.
I think these might have been aired out of order.
Well, I'm going to let you take a look at one of Canada's native sons.
Yeah, they're doing commentary with no microphone. Awesome. They're just yelling into the mic on the camera. They flew in Nick Bockwinkel to yell into a camera.
The tradition continues on in the family, and he does not have the best.
I think I will check out Last Resort first, Brian.
This kid could go a long way.
Bottom line is who gets the job done.
At your recommendation, I need
How
to.
tall or how short you are.
I don't feel empty without it. I'm glad Nick has it back. I just wish he would have given me an answer.
He is working on a man by the name of Gentleman.
They have a mic on the stand of the table. A mic position in the middle of the table between two guys is literally the worst way to do it, especially depending on the direction of the microphone. Like, trying to think how...
Well, what is happening, like I said, you have the people coming off the ropes at roughly 20 miles an hour.
The directional pattern you would need for a microphone between two guys
what they could do to the other person, and for sure,
is...
once in a while, they're going to crash at the intersection.
Yeah, that's baffling.
You know, you've known a lot of great native stars in the past. The names that come to my mind: Chief Jay Strongbow, one of the legendary athletes. And
also, shout out to Gene Swan for wearing baggy tights. EPW show, I'm doing great. I hope you're doing well.
Yes, he does. He's living down in, I think it's in the Carolinas in the United States. And the one thing I've got to say about Wfwa...
Why does everyone in this company bump on their heels?
Probably one of the most intense wrestlers.
Was that like a Bob Brown thing? Like, listen, I know you guys were trying to flat back, but here in the WFWA, we're tough. We take every bump on our heels.
The guy had more fight in him than an awful lot of other athletes I knew.
And I see the same thing with this young man here. He's the world of wrestling.
I don't think I'm worth that much, goes to Bert Furnace. If the ring's like cement, it's even less of a reason to bump on your heels.
Wrestling, if you're going to do it, you might as well get it right off to a good start and face men like Bulldog Bob Brown plus other seasoned veterans, and it might have helped this kid along in the short time that he's been in the game.
The expression is you have to pay your dues regardless of what walk of life that you're looking at. If you're
you gotta pay your dues. If you're a mailman, you gotta show up an hour before everybody, sort their mail, pay your dues.
And you've got to take the losses, and you got to take the defeats, and you take the hard knocks. And that's what makes you ultimately a true professional someday along the line.
Well, you basically worked for organizations all over the world.
I love when commentators refer to them as organizations. That is a thing that needs to come back.
Organization would be a great mix of seasoned veterans and up-and-coming rising stars.
What is this headlock? He's got him in the thumb in the eye, ref. Hybrid Era fan, thank you for the follow.
Or matches for television, but these young kids are learning a lot from the seasoned veterans like a Bulldog Bob Brown.
Is that Mark Lawrence from World Class as the referee?
That's the way the ball bounces. There's no question. And it's one of the reasons why I'm part of it, because I love this sport. To sit here and say that
what was the finisher? It depends on the creator wrestler. I had a lot of creator wrestlers in No Mercy.
I stayed at it for over 30 years.
I think the most infamous of my creator wrestlers in No Mercy, I had a stable of, we would refer to them now as unhoused individuals. There were 3 of
A
them.
lot of these young fellas
There was like a
watch all these great
little
matches
tiny
and very
cruiserweight,
proud. I
a
wanna do it.
medium-sized guy, and then a giant. And their stable name was the Bowel Movement.
Set him up for something here. It could be that side kick, and there it is.
The big fella used the Chris Jericho triple power bomb. Hey, Gene Swan won. And we're all confused.
Of course, and it's the problem with the youth. There is such a tendency on their part
Yeah.
to do everything at about 110 miles an hour, and what they don't realize, they could probably do it so superbly at 99. Just back off the throttle a little bit.
Nick Bockwinkel on commentary is like, these guys need to slow down.
Okay, I understand. I did the same thing.
All right, your winner, Little Tomahawk.
That's fantastic, Brian.
The WFWA on tour Saturday
Bobby
afternoon,
fished
March the
him.
21st.
I love that
Pine
Bobby
Creek in
fishing
Notre
someone
Dame.
is a
Next door,
now
you can
a
get your
verb.
tickets at the door. Coming up on Monday, March the 23rd, the Penguins reserve signed Bulldog Bob Brown, the Natural, plus many other top stars. That's Monday, March the 23rd.
Wilcox,
on the
thank you
Penguins
for the
Reserve.
follow.
On Saturday, March the 28th, 9 o'clock start time, a return engagement. The stars of the WFWA.
That'd be
return to
dope if
Grand Marais,
that bar just
Manitoba,
didn't have a
and Mike
name,
Woodley. And don't
or they
forget
didn't
the
remember
month
the name of the
April,
bar when
Canada
they booked
Day already
the
booked in Melita, Manitoba,
facility.
Killarney,
Like, what is the name of that
and
place?
don't forget about
Well, I
some
talked to
great
Mike
wrestling action
Mercury
coming
when I
from
booked
Wfwa,
it, so just
Dolphin,
put
Eric
Mike
Hill,
Mercury's
the
bar on the
Long Island
graphic.
and Steinbach, Manitoba, as well Riverton, Manitoba, throughout the province. Make sure you get your tickets early when the stars of the WFWA come to see you.
Come to see me? Specifically? No.
Fans, time for some more rough and tumble wrestling action. Time for today's
Yeah.
feature match. We're going to take a look at Akio
We're
Sato,
8 minutes into the
a
episode.
one-time half of the Orient Express, tagging up with Pat Tanaka. Here he is in singles
Pat
action
Tanaka.
right here on WFWA Main Event Wrestling. All right, where he's coming or going, but he's actually got himself.
We're gonna
back
skip
up.
ahead a little bit.
I
There
tried
we
to get
go.
hold of promoter Tony Condello. Of course, he wouldn't answer his phones. I went this way and I went this way. Finally, I took the TV cameras right down to
Bork,
his
I love
face.
AEW.
And
I'm a
Mr.
big
Tony
AEW
Condello,
guy.
if you step
I was
in
at
here,
Dynamite along with a
you're
couple of
hard
the
man
folks
to
in the
track
chat
down. Now
on
let's have your
Wednesday.
views of just what happened and your decision.
Mr. Brown, I told you once before, do not disturb my office of business. I'm a very busy man.
Very
and yet
busy
here
man.
you are, like always. But you know, Mr. Brown, I'm more glad to be in this program, and I'm here in this program. And
I'm here in this program to tell
beautiful
you
fans across the country that are listening and watching.
his
this
accent
program
is so
don't want
thick
to
that
know.
it sounds like
I
he's from
don't
another
know.
country.
You have a dispute. Why Gene Swan is not the winner of February 7th or the Natural? That wasn't my decision, Mr.
I'd have
Brown.
blasted
We have
Dynamite.
two
I'm glad you
referees
did
that can
too.
agree upon of the winner. So therefore,
Sorry we didn't
as
get
a
to meet up,
promoter,
Zach.
I took the idea
But,
and the whole fact to the championship committee. And the
Yeah, I thought it was a
championship
heck of a
committee
show.
Very easy came to a conclusion.
Mr. Bulldogger
Let's
Brown,
have
I'm
a
making the
battle royal.
pizza pie.
Win
Chester
for your
Cheetah,
side
thank you
and
for the
who
follow.
already had. And let's
As I
see
pop
who
the side of my
new
chair.
WFWA champion will be. Well, your friend Jerry Morrow won
Your
the
friend.
new WFWA championship, and of course I don't agree upon that either. Well, as far
I
as can
love
see
Bob Brown's
and
shirt
see
slash
the whole
jacket.
matter, Gene Kaniski should have been the winner. And another thing, Mr. Brown, don't you forget one thing. It's not your opinion that counts on the WFWA promotion. It's me
It's
as
not
the promoter,
European that
and
counts?
the final decision comes about from the championship committee.
I would love to
You got
see
it.
the
All in the nutshell.
WFWA
You heard it from the
Championship
boss himself.
Committee.
I don't have to agree to it. And ladies and gentlemen, let me remind you of something about this show. I didn't like it at first, but now I'm starting to
It
like
looks
it.
like his
You know
shirt
why
says
I like it?
capital
All
lice.
those- All that mail coming into this office. Hey, keep writing. I just can't believe that the mail and the phone calls saying, hey, what a show. What a difference of opinion between you and Joella. Yeah, it's a pleasure
Joella?
for me to do my own show. I don't have to sit next to him and get criticized.
Everyone
all the
on
time.
this show
And
has
you
a
people from
drastically
Newfoundland,
different accent from everyone
you people
else.
from Alberta, Saskatchewan, Manitoba, Ontario. It's just been amazing. I'm here.
Just a bit
I get to the
amazing.
bottom of things, and I tell you what, I didn't like the decision, and I'll stick with my own guns. Once again,
I saw that, Matt. I did not get to watch any of it,
and
unfortunately.
all I can tell you is that next week I'll be back the same time, same place, with a big, big, big guest.
Mr. Brown, before we get off this air right here,
Mr.
another
Brown.
thing. Just be careful and be concerned about your own matches when you're in that square circle, because many, many times you have been suspended by me, and many, many times you've been fined
Many
very heavily
times.
of the way you wrestle. Don't be concerned about somebody else.
Like I said, wrestling fans, he always gets the last
Two
word.
old fellas just doing a goof on the TV.
WFWA on tour Saturday afternoon, March the 21st.
Yeah, I'm assuming the WFWA Championship Committee meets at Tim Hortons at like 5 a.m. over a coffee and a bear claw.
The Natural plus many other top stars. That's Monday, March the 23rd on the Fate.
And there's always something in the agenda about having to sit there and read the newspaper for an hour.
Return engagement. The stars of the WFWA return to Grand Marais, Manitoba at Mike Mercury's. And don't forget the month of April. Tentative dates already booked in
Killarney
Manitoba.
is an
Killarney,
awesome Canadian
Gordon,
town
Gordon.
name.
And don't forget about some great wrestling action coming to Wfwa, Dauphin, Ericsdale, the Long Plain Reserve, and Steinbach, Manitoba, as well.
Steinbach.
Manitoba.
Steinbach,
Make
Manitoba.
sure you get your tickets early when the stars of the WFWA come to see you.
Yet I don't think they're coming to see me. I think they're getting paid.
All right, wrestling fans, Joello back here on WFWA Main Event Wrestling.
Nobody
Don't forget
pronounces
still
his
to come
name.
that big main event.
Everybody
Tag
says
team action
Joello
featuring
as
Bulldog
Joella.
And Champagne Jerry Morrow, the new holder of the WFWA Canadian Heavyweight Championship belt. Well, the man he beat in that battle royal, the last man to stand, is the man we're going to take a look at right now.
The last man to stand
He happens to be
because
Canada's greatest
couldn't
athlete.
figure out how to
I'm
not
talking
kill
about
him
Gene
throwing him
Kiniski.
over
Here
the
he
top
is,
rope.
The 63-year-old veteran in singles action. Ladies and gentlemen,
He ran for a little bit. And he's like, crap, my knees hurt. I want that jacket. There's Kiniski in the back, Canada in front.
I'll tell you, the chandeliers are shaking. I've got goosebumps. Nick, you've
Gene,
got
Gene,
goosebumps.
Gene.
You're one of the greatest athletes, never mind of Canada. How about the world? We're talking about Gene Kiniski. What a treat it is to have a man like this in the territory.
Actually, there's no question in anybody's mind.
He is clearly going out of his way to create a lot of movement, to be like, screw you guys, I can still go around everywhere. I can still move, baby.
He was the AWA heavyweight champion. He was the NWA heavyweight champion. And the only other person I think I know of at this point that crosses...
I could see this going a little bit just because Gene Kiniski wants to prove that, like, he can still go.
Former NWA champion.
One of the finest. Yourself in the same boat, of course, and Gene Kiniski. You know, a lot of people joke around about the man's age, but I'll tell you one thing. Hey, former Edmonton Eskimo.
His opponent was a roadie for the Tragically Hip.
Nobody will pull a con like
Gene Kiniski, 64 here, but that's a little over 46 with the exchange rate. That's right, Brian.
Anything like it.
Just another pretty face.
Those tights make Gene Kiniski look like he has the longest butt.
Maybe enough time in the show to get an interview with Gene. That man's never at a loss for words. I can guarantee you that. And watch out. Here it comes. That shot, his style hasn't changed a bit.
No, one of the most, definitely one of the most eloquent and articulate.
Why did he rub his belly on that guy's
I had a
face?
chance to talk to him earlier this afternoon. My first visit with a man that I used to
I bet
watch
you
wrestle
anything
when
in the
I was
locker room,
growing up in the
Kiniski like
Winnipeg
shamed
area.
this guy for wearing
And
a
I'll
shirt.
tell
It's like, I'm 64 and I can go out there without a shirt. You need to respect the business. Get in shape.
But for whatever reason, the fans have taken a liking to this man, Nick, like I've never seen.
The sins
For
of
whatever reason,
mankind
it's because he's
are
64 years old.
You know, Tony
He might
Canelo, the
die at
promoter
any
here
moment.
WFWA Wrestling, and, had a phone conversation with him. He was telling me when he had a chance to
Yeah,
talk
Gene
to
Kiniski watching Jericho in the locker room. Hey kid, cut your hair real short. and get you one of them long butts.
And that's exactly what he's doing.
Don't do squats. Just do that machine at the Discovery Zone with all the spinning bars down the slide. Just go up and down that.
Picked him right up off the floor, just in a standing position. The most god-awful leverage position that you could possibly try, and he was strong enough to do that.
Hey, let's get a shot of the entire building where you can see nothing happening in the ring.
I don't know how long
It's all ring
he
post.
plans to be in circulation in the wrestling world, but one thought that always seems to cross my mind and a few of the great wrestling fans that I've talked to, that, hey, is this man trying to pull the same kind of angle as George Foreman or a Larry Holmes in boxing?
Trying to pull the same kind of angle.
So many years to become the champion. Exactly.
George Foreman was, what, 40? Gene Kiniski's 64. That's so mean to George Foreman. So mean.
With your body at that age, I guess I'd have to say, sure you are, but then you can cross the street and you're taking the same chance with your body.
Exactly. Kiniski still working that arm now.
He's working in the arm.
In all honesty, Joe, if I
You smart mark.
bad knees and one ankle that was really bad,
Hey,
maybe
Gene.
it's a blessing in disguise. I too would probably still be up there.
And we were talking about that ankle injury, and it did shorten your career somewhat. You still get a chance to. We appreciate your visit up here.
And nowadays, you could be world champion at 50. And still be doing all these high-flying flippy-doos.
You know, just sitting and watching yourself talk to Gene Kiniski this afternoon. You two hadn't seen each other in a few years, but the name still remains the same. Things don't change in this business.
Yeah, I would hope Gene Kiniski didn't change his name at 64.
We have to thank you to the great people at the
That is funny, Brian. And honestly, if you didn't know any better, Gene Kiniski sounds, yeah, like a Gene Kiniski rib name. But nope, that's his shoot name.
Time with the referee, like the great debate. You don't win one with Kiniski.
No, it'll be a one-sided conversation.
Isn't Gene Kiniski the babyface?
Kiniski, this guy, I was going to call him a kid. He's wrestling like a kid. He's got that mentality.
He's wrestling like a kid. As he falls over throwing a punch.
I'll tell you, Rudd had enough to duck that left-hander.
Can I do a one Gene Kiniski rules? I don't know.
I
don't know if I can.
One on top of the other.
Kiniski now putting that big knee. That knee's had
Nowadays, Gene Kiniski would be in NXT.
I wrestled Kiniski many times. He would set a tempo which was like about 80 miles an hour, and it stayed.
Could you
there.
imagine how
There may not have been a
low
lot
Gene
of finesse.
Kiniski's
He may
balls
not
must
have had a lot
hang?
of smooth, articulate wrestling moves, but you had this tempo. Actually, I'm watching him pace himself now.
Hey,
Worse
Orion,
than
hello.
before, and I think he's a better wrestler this way than he was in his younger years.
Well, he's
Why Gene Kiniski was adequate for this place and time, specifically in history? I think it's a bit long of a title for YouTube.
Oh, absolutely.
But now he kicks babies, like as a signature spot.
Back in 1960,
Randall, Chris, I got this from Stash Pages. And they're not selling them all the time, but they are selling them sometimes. And I got, Kind Soul got that for me during one of those sales. Hey, Sigma fan. Yeah, this match is still going on, right. Gene Kiniski has turned 67 years old during the time of this match.
Still working that knee. Kiniski. One into the tummy tum tum, if you will.
One to the tummy tum tum.
Kiniski in this one.
It sure has. We can say whatever we want about, quote, the old war horses or the veterans, but they are proving their salt.
I love that finish.
An old-fashioned move for an old-fashioned wrestler.
What's your finish? I just pin you. Yeah, but what do you do before it? No, I just pin you.
How about it, ladies and gentlemen? Your winner, Canada's greatest athlete, and Gene Kiniski. Is this the end for you?
Are they in Gene Kiniski's living room?
Are you going to take on Brown? Are you going to take on Morrow? What's on your agenda?
First of all, I'd like to
I'm gonna take on Matlock.
It's not the end.
it is the beginning. I have started a job, and I am going to finish it. I have an obligation to yours truly, Gene Kiniski, but I have had such a great profession, and I want to thank all you fans for making life so beautiful. I will not let you fans down.
That's
by the
sweet.
response we've got in postcards and letters. If you want me back, I will be back. And like I've said,
What if they say they don't want him back?
When you spend $1 to see Canada's greatest athlete, you're going to get a $10 value. I have a score.
$10 value.
Tenacious Bulldog Brown and Eddie Morrow. As I said before, I feel a great injustice was done. The fans were very disappointed. But I know deep in my heart we will not have a repetition of what transpired here. And I am going to balance the ledger once and for all. And the name Kiniski,
I love all the old man
the
cliches he's using.
And Morrow will be in the debit end.
All right, Canada's
debit
greatest
end.
athlete, Gene Kiniski. Not
You
the
know, back when
end,
I wrestled
but
Lincoln.
the beginning. Make sure. Go
Sean,
ahead.
I'd like to say this. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank my fellow Canadians and the American viewing audience for allowing me in the homes.
This did not air in America,
for
by the way.
television. And Joe, as usual, you did a tremendous job. I enjoy wrestling.
All right, and we enjoyed
I think
having
there
you
should
here,
be
Gene.
more
Always a
wrestlers'
pleasure.
catchphrases.
Ladies and gentlemen, when
And let me
this
tell
man's
you,
on the
I
marquee,
enjoy
Make
wrestling.
sure you get your tickets early.
I kind of like that
Wfwa
promo.
On tour Saturday afternoon, March the 21st.
Like, he was a little
live
rambly,
in Notre
but
Dame
finishing
at
it
the
with,
Phil. You
"I
can get
like
your tickets
wrestling,"
at the door. Coming
is
up
great.
on Monday, March the 23rd, the Penguins
That's
reserve
gotta be someone's
already
new
signed
tagline.
Bulldog Bob Brown, the Natural, plus many other top stars. That's Monday, March the 23rd on the Penguins Reserve. On Saturday, March the 28th, 9 o'clock start time, a return engagement. The stars of the WFWA return to Grand Marais, Manitoba at Mike Mercury's. And don't forget the month of April, tentative dates already booked in Melita, Manitoba, Killarney, Morden, Burton.
Killarney.
And don't forget about some great wrestling action coming to Wfwa, Dauphin, Ericston.
At the fair.
All right, wrestling fans from coast to coast and border to border, Joe Aiello here, and a big hello to some of the residents in surrounding areas of Manitoba, including
Hello.
Melita, Ericsdale. You're talking about Burton,
These
Manitoba,
towns can't
as
be
well.
real.
Morden, Killarney, Wfwa, Dauphin. Stay tuned. In the month of April, the stars of the WFWA should be coming to
Joe
you.
Aiello's
Right now,
hair is
time for
holding all the
today's main
secrets of
event. We're going
wrestling.
to take a look at a very impressive tag team. I'm talking about Bulldog Bob
They are
Brown
real. I cannot
and
believe that. It's
Champagne
amazing.
Jerry Morrow taking on Bobby J and Jason Power. It's today's main event, and only here on
Jason Power,
WFWA
main event
Wrestling.
anywhere in the country. Bobby J.
Their opponents tonight, the tag team combination of the Champagne.
His name is backwards on his shirt. Morrow Jerry.
I want you to have a good. You're not around no more. You should get the dice on.
You're not around no more. He's sitting right in front of you.
You heard the words that were spewed out.
So
of the
his
mouth, and
hair
actually
care,
went after
Joe
Power
Aiello's hair
right
care
close
budget
there
is...
at ringside, but
He
Nick
probably
kept
single-handedly
going,
caused
Jeff
global
Paul,
warming
because
with
you
that
know
hair.
man better than I do. Bulldog Bob Brown, and intimidation is the name of the game for that man.
If he can,
Ta-ding.
and talk you into the corner and get you to cower with
Okay, Bobby J is the guy they tried to convince us was Marty Jannetty in the Battle
Now
Royal.
we've got a couple of veterans against a couple of the young bucks here.
Oh yeah, you've got in there Champagne
I'm sure,
Jerry
Josh,
Morrow
yes.
and Bobby J. And that hand is
Jerry
coming along
Morrow is
nicely.
Japanese.
Bobby J had
That's why his
hand
name's
broken
backwards.
by yours truly in the corner, Bulldog Bob Brown, and a little help from the
The white
natural.
shirt under the singlet makes it look like he's going to wrestle AC Slater.
Bobby J tangling right now, locking horns, if you will, to start this one off. And Morrow is going to try
I'm
to
on the
set the tempo
hair.
early in this one. You can see it happening.
Well, they're the veterans, and they've got the ring smarts, and they know what they can do. They know what they're capable of. I have
Not just a white shirt, but like,
at many arenas around the world with both
is it a
Jerry Morrow
crop top he's wearing?
and Brown. And you're not going to
What's it to you? I love this
Games
fan.
that are going to be played, they know how to play it. They probably add a few pages to
It's
the book.
probably saying racist things at Jerry Morrow. We just can't hear them.
It psychs them up when they start working over the crowd a bit like Morrow did. I honestly think it gets...
Why did they set up hard cam up at the wall, not the section with an audience? It's wrestling, baby. We don't do things correctly.
But Jay, I'll tell you, he's coming along nicely in the territory. Just a lot of inexperience, and here comes a lot of experience. A right hand right under the jaw. We're talking about from Kansas City, Missouri, Bulldog Bob Brown.
I have no idea, Rudra.
Is the kind of guy, okay, we better look open, keep our eyes open. I know how these guys are.
I love how often these guys like doing spots outside the ring, considering there's no lighting. Yeah, that lady's probably using slurs we've never heard of. Like things we probably don't even think are slurs. But they're slurs in her town.
They all want to set their tempo. They all want to do their thing. And here you're seeing a beautiful example. Look at this.
Like the lighting is really good in about a quarter of the ring. And then everywhere else in the building you can't see anything.
This has done something to Bulldog Bob Brown, bringing in a friend of his as a partner. This guy's more psychotic than anybody I've ever met in my life.
And you've got to understand, as you said something earlier about when the fans get roused, the adrenaline starts to flow.
The fakest bunch I've ever seen. I kind of love it.
Of how to play in a tag match, how to play and use.
Just blatantly slaps his hand in front of Bobby J's face.
They're determined.
You heard the table being used again, and now that TV cable.
He's choking him across the eyes.
There's no place for this in wrestling.
I agree with you, but what's going to happen, and this is, of course, one of
I might
the
get canceled for saying moose jockey, whiskey brewer.
If you notice, he's got his hands full going up in the ring. Until consequently,
Yeah, you think the guy that owns the hotels in the back, like, hey, turn these lights down. Electric bill comes in next month. Oh, he almost didn't get over on the back body drop. Yeah, I always love hearing Lance and Don Callis talk about this promotion because it's so weird. It's like, oh! That was great.
No, it's simple. You know, the ropes are.
He should have
slick. The ropes are maybe
trusted his
not as
instinct.
tight as
Also,
the
shout out
others.
Nick Bonkwinkel for trying to cover.
If you're used to making a fast move with real tight ropes, and they're not that
These ropes
tight,
are slick, you
you
know.
trip and stumble and fall at that point. And that makes a veteran like Jerry Morrow very, very aggravated.
This crowd's too polite to chant "you fucked up." They're gonna send letters in the mail later, so he sees it privately.
Because of this, he is taking out the wrath out on Bobby J. Neckbreaker coming. Full impact there, Nick.
But as you notice, veterans recover instantly.
Now he's having words with the referee. Showcase Jerry Morrow, big name in the Calgary Stampede Wrestling.
Yeah, it's either I don't know what went on there, or he didn't get all of it,
I spent many trips to the Far East in his company.
or if they call something an inverted something or other.
His partner, Bulldog Bob Brown. This could be a real rough combination here if these two men decide to tag on many occasions in the territory. I'll tell you, you're in for a wild and woolly affair if these two men
Wild
come to
and
your city
woolly
or town.
affair, brother.
Now he's got the referee distracted, but Bobby J, sunset flip, he might have him next. No referee. Nick, you could probably count up to 10 here.
Well, but you can be sure.
Imagine having Bulldog Bob Brown's thighs in your face for that long.
One of the things that you also have about the veterans is this unconscious, subconscious thought and thinking that once your shoulders go onto the mat, 1, 2, and then you hear that 2, you automatically start kicking out, even if you're knocked out.
Stuck under. Oh-ho!
Oh!
Only a 2 count, but holy cow! This Jay is showing me a lot in this match for a rising superstar. You know, a kid with that much fight and determination, that cast came off his hand 7 days ago, Nick. You can even see the wrist being a little smaller. It's atrophied since being in a cast for over a month. He's in there on fight and determination because he wants to take Brown out, and that might be clouding up the brain a little bit.
I agree with what you're saying on that one. There's no question He may have made his decision too soon.
May have made a decision way too soon. That's right, Nick Bockwinkel.
Feeling a little level. He's got to make the tag, and he does. And in comes a man you've never seen before, Jason Power, a local
Love a
favorite.
good hot tag shuffle.
Oh, nice little meet and greet party in the middle of the ring for Brown and Morrow. And this Power is showing a lot of power in there, about 275.
Yeah.
He is. Nobody seems to
Brian Power, or whatever his name is. James Power.
Irish whip off the rope now and a clothesline. He's going for the pin. I don't think you're going to get Morrow with that kind of a pin any day of the week.
No,
but
you're
that's
going to
an
have to
experience.
something more devastating than that is going to have to
Yeah,
be done.
Bulldog Bob Brown is the sex pot
He
of
lands an elbow, but that
WFWA.
only stuns a man like
Showing
the
off them
champion, and
thighs.
Jerry Morrow, Irish whip off the ropes now. Oh, and that's the
Wow.
experience.
I love how he sold it like he scratching his back on the corner of the wall.
Stuns you. You go right down. As big as he is, he's hurting. He's hurting not so much for the slam, just from that simple.
Jerry Morrow, the
penetration.
spry youngster. Oh shoot, he's going back up top.
One more time from the other side. Here we go, Morrow.
Oh, hey, that was a good
This
splash.
is a paradise it might be, and yes it is. Your winners, whether you like them or not, the Champagne Man, Jerry Morrow. And
Champagne Man.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winners, the Bulldog, Bob Brown, and Champagne.
Champagne. Champagne, Jerry Morrow.
Mr. Mandello, you fly me all the way to Winnipeg for what? You see ugly pig like that?
The WFWA on tour Saturday afternoon,
Wait,
March
wait.
the 21st, flying week in Notre Dame at McPhillips. You can get your tickets at the door. Coming up on Monday, March is like Gene Kiniski, the Canada's greatest athlete who came out of retirement to try and win the WFWA Canadian Heavyweight Championship belt. However, he lost to none other than Champagne Jerry
Yeah, this
Morrow,
definitely
the
doesn't
man
feel
you
like
just witnessed on your
1992.
television sets. Well, I can
And
guarantee you, if
for
Gene
part of the
Kiniski
episode,
wants
it
another
isn't even
shot
1992.
at that WFWA title, he will be able to get it right here in Winnipeg and throughout Canada. We shall wait and see what happens. Next week, we've got plenty of other great stars being featured right here on WFWA.
That's code for we have not formatted or edited the show yet.
The Bulldog and the Doghouse. We'll see you again 7 days from now. Have yourselves a good one. The WFWA on
All
tour
right, so
Saturday.
before we go to the final episode of the night, we're going to go a bit past 10 o'clock. But like I said, Sunday next week, Not Quite Wrestling for YouTube members only, $4.99 tier and up. Our monthly members only stream, Not Quite Wrestling. We're going to strap our skates back on and go to the track.
Look out, here come 4 hot dice numbers. See it. Did you hear that collision? And Cavallo goes right on by.
All right. Why am I all the way up here? What is happening? This thing. What happened to my screen? There. Let's put me here for right now. This got all goofy. Yeah, we're going one more episode, Suzanimal.
Hello, wrestling fans, and welcome to another edition of WFWA Main Event Wrestling. Joe Aiello here in the Control Center, and if you're watching from anywhere across Canada or parts of the United States, we've got an action-packed hour.
Again, I
coming up
don't
for
think
you,
this aired in America
including today's
anywhere.
main event tag team action featuring Sudden Impact, Chris Jericho and Lance Storm. A very exciting tag team coming
If Dave
up
Meltzer
in
wants to pay
today's main
$5
event
to
as
watch
well.
that
We'll
with
have
us,
the
I would
seasoned
love him
veteran
to.
Bulldog Bob Brown, not donning the tights but the suit. Another edition of the Doghouse. This time out, his guest, an up-and-coming young star from Chicago, Illinois.
Hey Nick, could you get us
on.
the
We'll
file
also see
for the
Saxon
AWA
in
logo?
singles competition.
We just want to put
We're
a
gonna take look at
make a
man
couple
from
edits
Vancouver,
to
British
it.
Columbia, just returning home from Mexico. I'm talking about the Bullet, Mike Lazansky, in today's
Oh shit,
feature
Mike
match.
Lazansky.
We'll also have a look at the former Canadian heavyweight champion, the Natural, and coming up in
Mike
today's
Lazansky,
opening match, we're gonna
brief
take a look at
ECW
Tomahawk
fame.
Gene Swan. All these great stars, plus much, much more, all coming up right after this. His late father passed away a few years ago. The tradition continues in the Swan family. Here he is, the son of Bruce Swan. I'm talking about Tomahawk
Bruce
Gene
Swan's
Swan in
son.
singles action right here on WFWA Main Event Wrestling.
Gene Swan, son of Bruce
We're
Swan.
off and running with more rough and tumble wrestling action. WFWA Main Event Wrestling from coast to coast and border to border. The Major League of Canadian
More
Wrestling
Gene Swan.
here with no stranger to the Mad World, Dick Bockwinkel and luscious Lenny St. Clair.
Oh, hey, it's Luther. We have confirmation Luther's wrestling here.
Taken off the rope.
Shout out to Luther
A
for
lot of people will say, well,
continuing to stay relevant in wrestling in the year 2025.
Jumps the bell and attacks
Got a
the
big
other.
pop in Indianapolis, or Fishers rather, on Wednesday as Santa Claus.
Very, very much what it is they're getting in there to do. And that each
Japanese deathmatch legend Luther.
How would we say, convince the whole world how
Yeah,
great he is,
dude, I was,
trying to their
I mean, I knew
best
people
to
liked
demonstrate their
Luther.
ability. And
I
they all
was
know that
stunned
this is not
at how
really
crazy
a
that place
polite
went
game.
for
When you pick up
Luther.
another human body and you slam it to the mat,
That is not Don Callis. We've seen Don Callis earlier. I think we're going to see him up in the main event too.
Even though there's a lot of times somebody says, boy, the referee's not calling these shots the way they should be.
It's not an arm drag, it's an arm fall over.
Referee, very, very much by the
Oh!
Wrestling Association as well as the wrestlers.
Well, you know,
It is in a hotel
I
ballroom,
was
yes.
just thinking about this for a second there, like luscious Lenny St. Clair, nice take over
Luscious
there.
Lenny.
Beautiful
Little,
suplex,
that's right.
Tony
on
should
little
call him
Tomahawk,
Luscious
Gene
Luther.
Swan, and the thing is, St. Clair, the veteran out of the two in there right now. Kind of an
Where did I get this? I got this at, from Stash Pages. They do not sell them all the time. He has to special order them, but they go up for sale sometimes.
Whereas if you have the physical credentials, you
Loser's 24 years old here.
Off the wall, as colorful, as absurd as you want. You can say what you want as long as you stay within the bounds of the Communication Commission. But the
He
point
does
is,
not look much older than this
very
now.
exciting because you do have these
Like, the only real difference is he's a little bit bigger and he's got no hair.
And that's what one of the
I think he looks better bald.
People are attracted to doing these things because this is what so many of them would love to do or love to have, that physical ability as well as that colorfulness that all these personalities do have.
And that's exactly it, and that's where the entertainment value comes into any professional sport, including wrestling. I mean, you've got it with the Lemieux and the Gretzkys in hockey.
You
Even
know,
the Brian
Mario
Bosworths
Lemieux,
at one time, or Lyle
the,
Alzato's, one legend
famous
who passed away
showman.
recently in football. The colorful
Yeah, thankfully
characters,
I
and
mean,
you've
my
got
hair's
it
a
in the
little
world of
thin, but it's always
professional
been thin. My
wrestling.
hair's been thin since I was a
Could
kid.
become one of
But
those
it's
big
still all
colorful
there,
stars.
so.
And Swan might have him here with a flying body, only a
I've got a very
two-shot
round
And
head.
it, you know, one
Even
thing
if
that I haven't
I
seen
were to
a lot
lose
of in the
weight, I
world
still have a
of
very
wrestling
round,
lately have been more
baby-esque
scientific
head.
matches. You don't see a lot of those anymore.
So if I were to go bald,
I remember one time in Winnipeg witnessing a match with
I would look like
Ric
a
Flair,
soccer ball.
45-minute draw. Those kind of matches don't happen.
Oh, that was a cool
He
kick.
might have got him there.
Heck of a
Talk
kick
about
by
physical
Luther.
credentials, and I had to let out a little holler there as you were talking, only because he executed that savate kick right underneath the
The
chin
savate
of the
kick,
throat.
1992.
That's a-
Every martial arts
It's
type
not
kick
an
is a
easy thing,
savate
and
kick.
And I definitely feel he should be given full credit for it. That's why I yelled.
Execution.
I love these rings that don't have the turnbuckle pads. They just have like the really thick, like over and over taped spots in the corner. I might do Wyatt Luther rules. I get a kick out of him.
Swan, though, is taking a little bit too much time now. This is where
I think he's
the
very
mistakes
funny.
come in. He should have been on top of his man. What kind of advice do you have for an up-and-coming star like Swan when this kind of thing happens? I mean, I don't understand it. What kind of hesitation factors are involved here?
It's a confidence factor. And basically the confidence factor is, can I get right back in there before this guy catches me with one as I go in? But the more you procrastinate...
I'm
the more
sure
time
the
you
floor
give
cam
up.
guy was like,
So that what I
I'm
want
gonna get
to
the
do is
shot from below with the dangly lights up there. It's gonna be real artistic. And then the ring post is just in the way the whole
Statistically,
time.
the odds are, if you look at the number of people who procrastinate, as he just did there, the number of times that the procrastinator is successful are far smaller than the non-procrastinator.
And in this case, like the odds should show, that would cost a guy like Swan. Beautiful drop kick there by St. Clair.
I've seen St. Clair execute 2 or 3 moves as superbly and as professionally.
With his hair like
the
that,
very best in the sport.
Luther kind of looks like Michael Hutchins from InXS.
Young men, this is the way to make it or break it.
I'm telling you, Bungie did the tree. ROH right now is kind of like that.
Or through tours by different promotions. St. Clair might have caught him off guard. Oh, a bulldog from that second rope. Very impressive. There's another one of those maneuvers.
Another one of those maneuvers. What does that mean?
Moves extremely well. Too many people, and this is a mistake that's one of a lot of the young guys. They want to do these high.
All these young guys with these high-fangled new moves.
You're going to have to do them faster than he's doing them. Now, he did get that great bulldog on him, and if he pulls this off successfully, that's fine.
Oh, he's gonna roll through almost.
He turned it over. Swan might have wrapped him up.
I've never seen a guy roll through a body press and end up in somebody's guard.
You go to make a high-profile move, you do it with excellence.
That was unique, but hey, they got the purpose.
It was a simple round 3 count, and it's a shame because I guess I want to say I think on the quality of the moves that St. Clair was making.
I think on Wednesday when they do the women's tournament finals, Willow and Harley need to bring out Gene Swan to counteract Luther. Lil Tomahawk. I didn't even hear that part of his nickname. His name's Lil Tomahawk?
All right, wrestling fans, you just
Tiny
witnessed
penis.
Tomahawk Gene Swan. Very impressive victory. Another step up the ladder here in the WFWA for that young man. Coming up, plenty of great rough and tumble wrestling action.
He loves
Right now,
that
let's
adjective.
take a
Rough
look
and
at
tumble
what's coming
wrestling.
up for the WFWA on tour. The WFWA on tour Monday night, March the 23rd, 7:30 start time. Already signed 6-man elimination tag team for
They
the
still have not
Vegas
determined
Reserve
who
at
is
the
in the
Players
match.
Hall. Also signed 13-man battle royal.
Wasn't it a 22-man battle
and
royal?
the winner to meet new champion Champagne Jerry Morrow on an upcoming
9 of the
card.
guys
On
dropped
Saturday,
out.
March the 28th, the stars of the WFWA visit the Pine Creek Inn.
Yeah,
All
Joe
part of
Aiello
Warlords
just kinda does all these
1992.
wraparounds in the
On
same
Saturday night, March
outfit.
the 28th, 9 o'clock start time, a return engagement, Grand Marais, Manitoba, at Mike Mercury's Bar. And on Friday, April the 3rd, 7 o'clock start time, the stars of the WFWA hit the Sinclair Park Community Club. Already signed Bulldog Bob Brown, The Natural, Bobby J, Chi Cruz, plus many other top stars.
Gotcha. I thought they advertised another 22-man battle royal at one of these house shows.
The Rennie Hotel, 9 o'clock start time.
But also, 13-man battle royal does not seem impressive at all.
In the month of April, already signed the WFWA on tour in Killarney, Manitoba.
Killarney Morden sounds like a hockey player.
Coming to Dauphin, Steinbach, and the Long Plain Reserve.
I don't
It's the
think Sweet Daddy
WFWA
Siki is in
on
any of the
tour.
episodes
Don't
we're
you dare
watching
miss all
tonight,
the great
Josh.
action. All right, wrestling fans, we've got plenty of great action still to come. Sudden impact in today's
Got a little bit
main
of a
event. Don't go
thing going
anywhere.
down.
The controversial Bulldog Bob Brown will be coming up in today's Doghouse featuring Stan Saxon, the native son of Chicago, Illinois. Right now, we're going to take a look at the former Canadian heavyweight champion, a man that weighs in at about 220 pounds, the Natural from Charlotte, North Carolina. Here is the arrogant one himself, right here on WFWA.
You might as well just...
Main Event
He's a
Wrestling.
big Ric Flair mark. Don Callis.
You just heard the ring introduction, and that man doesn't need one, but he is the
His opponent is his grandfather.
The natural, showing the garbs, reminds me a lot of, well, the world heavyweight champion in Ric Flair. The man likes his style, he likes his suits, he likes his money.
You're not supposed to say that part out
No
loud.
stranger to danger, if you will, Nick, but he's got his.
You're not supposed to say, hey, this guy's a Ric Flair fan, when he's clearly just doing Ric Flair. You let us make the jokes.
You can look at this man, and you can see a lot of hard miles, and he's been ridden hard and put away wet. I'd have to say.
Hey,
that about
Dave.
Well,
Thumbs up right back at you.
That gray hair setting in, and we're not talking about on the top of his head. I'll guarantee you that.
Joey L is just doing all of our jokes from the chat and the stream. Thank you, TR Carmichael Dave. Much appreciated.
You can't take that away from him. Even though some of these people don't have
Joey Ello hosting Hoosier Millionaire would be fantastic.
Time in your life, if the natural starts to think, oh, this guy's got gray hair on the chest, I'm just going to kick his fanny.
This guy's got gray hair on his chest. I'm going to kick his fanny.
Especially with those cameras rolling, you have to.
Now I want to hear Don Callis say that exact phrase.
All over the country, for that matter, North America, that view these tapes. Believe you me, ladies and gentlemen,
I will say the referees, while they are a little odd, are probably the most professional referees we've ever watched on one of these streams. One of these off-the-grid streams.
Tremendous similarity of the cross between Ric Flair and Randy Macho Man Savage in the natural.
There's no Randy Savage in what Don Callis is doing. I think Nick Bockwinkel was just like, who are the top guys on TV right now? I'll compare him to them.
Battling it out with the French Mad Dog, 222 pounds, now from Winnipeg, Manitoba, formerly.
Alright, Bungie to the Tree looked it up. French Mad Dog is 54 years old. Everyone in that locker room is either about to die or just started wrestling.
At other times, he was not a good friend of mine. But one thing I would have to say, he always had my professional respect. That's the one thing about any of the Mad Dog group.
Seriously, he even does the Flair head bob.
With the big forearm to the back of the neck. The Natural's got to be weighing in at close to 213 pounds now, maybe a light heavyweight in some categories, I guess, depending on
Aces and eights. Are you Doc Gallows?
I don't know if that's a
Thank you for the follow. Brian, you might have some PTSD. Aces and eights in the house.
I can definitely say it doesn't look like he's on steroids. One of the things we're finding out in the athletic world today,
thank you for admitting to it.
That I did successfully for years.
I'm sorry you lost all of that beautiful hair on your head.
Type workout. The days of the guys with a lot of the
yeah, they can't say who's going to be in that six-man tag because half the guys in the locker room might croak over before Tuesday. That's not Mad Dog Vachon. That's just the French Mad Dog who looks like Mad Dog Vachon. Alright, you're not Doc Gallows. Okay. Did they at least give you a little hammer, Brian? Remember they used to hit guys with little hammers on the thumb.
He's got his chance right now. He's procrastinating too long.
Oh, he almost dumped him on the back of his head. The ball peen hammer.
But not as bad as it could have. Nice looking armbar there.
The only thing here is I thought that if he'd have moved in a little faster, he could have been a little more devastating, and then could have.
He can't move any faster, Nick Bockwinkel. He's about to die.
No, I didn't get it done. I maybe procrastinated too long. I better take a hold.
We might actually see an Abe Lincoln match on this show.
That gave the Natural a lot of advantage time.
What a close one.
Oh yeah, you can tell that's Don Callis.
Now he's wasting a little bit of time here, going for the pin. This is not going to happen like this, not even hooking a leg. Well, now he's trying to, but the dog's been around too long to be taken out by just one clothesline.
That's true. That body's been beat on a lot worse than the Natural's beating on it right now, so it's going to take a sharp, devastating blow to really put him down.
The Natural, though, now working over that top rope.
Out of the way, cameraman. I'm calling spots.
Now he is has set him up for something.
Oh, that's why he said he was like Randy Savage. Because Don told him he was going to do that spot.
The dog's head is starting to look
Hell
like
yeah, thank you, Aces and Eights. Glad to have you here. I love that the shorts are bringing people to these streams. That's the purpose. Glad to have you here. Thank you. Yeah, Don Callis is a good wrestler.
It's a tremendous adrenaline rush that goes
Like,
through
that's the
human body
thing, that's
when
the
you're
dirty
in
little
pain.
secret about Don
Nothing
Callis.
makes you more aware of how alive
He was
you
a
are
good
than
wrestler.
to get kicked in the air, stomped on, slapped, hit with a forearm or body slam. Believe me, you know you're alive, even though it's a strange, painful way of finding out.
Well, you know, you take a look at the Natural. I'm very impressed with his ring savvy here.
There'll be no Roman Reigns tonight,
He's
Dave. I
working
am
that
sorry.
upper body part of the dog, trying to, I guess, let's say, take
Joe
away his
Aiello,
equilibrium,
Ghost of
and
Prentice
now
looked it
working
up,
over
is
that headlock,
hosting
the chin lock.
Philly Joe and
He's
Vicky in the
worked over that head
morning
for the last few
on
minutes.
City 92.1, Winnipeg's Rockin' Mornings.
Enough. It doesn't matter. That's why sometimes a simple
Dude, the
tackle,
Jackal ruled.
one tackle on the football field will do the same
My
thing.
buddy Brett
And that's
Davis
what I have to say. I do see about the Natural.
tells a story
He has consistently been working on the
about
upper
how
part
when
of
he
the
was a
body,
kid, he didn't have cable. The only WWF he got to watch was Shotgun Saturday Night. So because the Jackal would come out and put that jewel on like fans' heads, he was convinced as a kid that the Jackal was the top star in the WWF during the Attitude Era.
It was your first chance to see this young man. He's not as cocky or maybe cutesy, if you will. The attitude he seems to be more focused in this match. I think he's got one thing on his mind, that's the title.
Well, not only that, but I think also is he realizes he's in with a veteran, and he can see that he's having a battle with the veterans doing to him right now. A couple of weeks ago, he had somebody that didn't have that much experience, and he may have daydreamed a little more. If he's daydreaming right now, it's because the Mad Dog's putting the dreams in there.
Rick, maybe
Putting the
you can
dreams
tell me
in
now,
there.
a man's taking a beating for a while in a match. Is it something like a punch or maybe some kind of
Yes,
maneuver
when
that really
they
wakes
put
the
up
man
when they
up
put the
and
Jackal
like
up in the
dog
ceiling on
is
the
just
pulpit.
needs to wake up. Look at
And he's
this now.
being
He's doing
lowered
it
to
like
the
thinking
ground
about
during a
the
Kurgan
very
match.
natural, not the way he wanted to.
And the thing's
Leave
wobbling
that
back
top
and
rope,
forth.
Irish
It's like,
whip
oh, they
up.
might
Now the
kill
dog
him.
landing that elbow just under the chin. That could knock a man out.
Like, so
The
much
Natural
effort for a
still
guy
little
that
bit
they
left.
did not like.
The dog, those big powers or body slam. And another one. The dog very stocky.
The Tommy Lasorda color commentary.
He sure did. Actually, I'm surprised that he almost went for it.
Oh, this one's all over. The veteran making the mistake. Who thought it would happen, but it did. And the Natural paying enough attention to take advantage.
Look at that. Do you think when, like, Don Callis is talking to Okada back in catering on Wednesdays, do you think he's ever like,
The Natural
I once
with the
wrestled the
victory,
French
even though he
Mad
had his
Dog.
hands full with the seasoned veteran, the
And he
French
reminds
Mad
me of
Dog.
you.
Right here on WFWA Main Event Wrestling. Fans, don't forget, plenty of great action still to come. If you
Yeah,
get a
some of
chance
that
to see the
Monsoon
WFWA
international
on tour,
commentary in
make
like
sure you take
99
advantage
is
of that
so
opportunity.
weird.
The stars
And they
of the
still call him the
WFWA
president of the
on tour
WWF.
throughout the month of March
In,
and
like,
April.
summer
And
99.
here's what's coming up. The WFWA on tour Monday night, March the 23rd, 7:30 start time. Already signed, 6-man elimination. The stars of the WFWA visit the Pine Creek Inn, all part of Bar Wars 1992.
Bar
On Saturday
Wars.
night, March the 28th,
Awesome.
9 o'clock start time.
Great
A return
name
engagement, Grand
for one of
Marais,
these shows.
Manitoba,
Bar
at Mike
Wars.
Gregory's Bar. And on Friday, April the 3rd, 7 o'clock start time, the stars of the WFWA hit the Sinclair Park Community Club. Already signed, Bulldog Bob Brown, The Natural, Bobby J.
What would a
Chi-Chi
WFWA
plus many
match
other top
contract
stars.
look like?
A 12-man battle royal on Saturday.
They
April
signed
the
to be
4th,
there.
Rennie, Manitoba, the Rennie Hotel, 9 o'clock start time, all part of Bar Wars 1992. And don't forget, coming up
Oh, yeah,
in the
Bar
month of
Wars.
April, already signed, the WFWA
I've
on
seen a
tour in
little bit
Killarney,
of
Manitoba.
the International
Morton,
Shotgun that
Burton,
Gorilla
Mippewa
did
as
commentary
well. Big
on.
show coming
It's not
us off.
sad, it's just
Steinbach and the
weird.
Long Plain
To hear
Reserve.
him
It's
talk
the
about, like,
WFWA on tour.
Sable's
Don't you dare
bikini
miss all the great
contests.
action.
And like talking about meat.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to WFWA Main Event.
Look at the sadness in this
Joe
man's
Aiello here
eyes.
with you, and right now
He's
it's
trying to
time
be
take
professional,
another
but he wants
visit
to
down
cry.
To the doghouse with a man that's always got something to say, whether you like him or not. He is controversial, and he's here on WFWA Main Event Wrestling. It's the Bulldog with the Doghouse and his featured guest from Chicago, Illinois, Stan Saxon.
Hello, wrestling fans. Once again, this
Why
is
is
the
his
Doghouse.
interview segment
And
in
of
a
course,
different
it's yours
room
truly, Bulldog
every
Bob
week?
Brown. And like I said, week after week, I'm going to have different guests. And today, I got a dandy.
Week
we
after
talked
week,
to
I'm gonna
Tony
have different
Gonzalez, we
guests.
talked to the Natural in the last 2 weeks. But today is a good day for me because I'm going to talk to a bright young individual. You know, we've been getting a lot of mail, especially one from Dorothy Miller from St. John's, Newfoundland, wanting to know all about the wrestling career of Stan Saxton. Well, let's not take anything away right now. Let's bring the man in and let's find out just exactly what Stan the man is up to. Stan, it's a pleasure.
Oh my God,
you being
this
here today.
genuinely
It's a
looks
pleasure
like
for you to
the
be
guy
on my show,
interviewing his
and I'm
grandson.
sure we got a lot of things to talk about.
Well, thank you very much, Bob, and it is indeed a pleasure for me, Stan Saxon, to be on the Doghouse. You know, this is only the 3rd episode of the Doghouse, and I must admit, I am probably your best guest. And today, I'm going to talk
apparently
a
this
little
guy is
bit
a heel.
about
Okay.
the dirt in the WFWA. I'm talking about guys like Gene Swan, about Easy
Neither
Rider,
of these men
the
have-
French Mad
have,
Dog, and a few others.
Studied broadcasting enough to learn the breathing methods you have to go through when speaking in public.
Killer instinct. And that is something, Bob, that you know I have a lot of. And I show it each and every time I step into that ring.
Cro-Magnon RKC.
And I hope all you people understand that.
Well, you know, the last 2 years, you know, I've watched you very, very closely. And I've watched you come by, and I'm going to tell you.
I've watched you come by, come by.
Rising right to the top of professional wrestling. At this present moment now, what are your goals?
Well, my goals are pretty well what I'm doing right now. Keeping on busting heads and breaking legs. And I'll tell you right now, you're right when you said I started at the bottom and I've moved up to the top. And I'm telling you right now, that Canadian title looks very nice to me right now. And one day, I don't care if it's Jerry Morrow, he's a fine athlete, but he's the champion.
This dude had to have been on Degrassi.
I'll take him down.
Okay, now who do you contribute
Did he get Stephanie K pregnant
in the last 2 years? I know you had to take a few pointers from this guy and that guy, but who's been your biggest help?
Well, Bob,
I think you get a couple pointers from this guy and that guy.
Because we've tagged up many times recently, and most of the time we've been victorious. But I have taken a lot of advice from a lot of good veterans in the sport.
Is he hallucinating?
But I have taken some bad advice, so I've sifted through the bad advice, taken the good advice. Thus, I'm rising to this.
I don't even know what he's saying. I'm just staring at Bob
Brown. Now
Brown.
do you see me at the bottom?
Well, you know, Stan Saxton and the Natural have been tag team partners. Stan Saxton and yours truly, Bulldog Bob Brown, has been tag team partners. Every time he's touched something, it has turned to gold. This is a rising star, wrestling fans. And once again, I had the opportunity.
Is he holding a stone tablet?
First class on the Doghouse. We'll see you next week.
He looks like Wheels.
We just heard from Stan Saxton from Chicago, Illinois, a big man that weighs in at about 250 pounds.
A big man.
With right here on WFWA
He's a big
Main
man.
Event Wrestling. Next week, a special treat for all you great wrestling fans on the Doghouse. A name that definitely has to be reckoned with, and he's not even a friend of the Bulldog. That's all I'm going to tell you. He'll be here next week. Right now, let's take a look at the native from Chicago, Stan Saxon. He's trying to make a name for himself.
Bob Brown kept calling him
Stan
Saxton.
Let's take a look now. Saxon in singles action right here on WFWA Main Event Wrestling. Nick, we're scheduled for one fall or 15-minute time limit.
Yeah, that kid has to be related to Bob Brown in some way.
Don't know too much.
Oh, Eric Freeze
from Calgary, Alberta, but Saxon, I'll tell you one thing: you can't take that big man too lightly.
He's shorter than his opponents.
From the old school, he's very methodical in there with his legs, and he likes to work the arms and the head a lot. And
he likes to work the arms and the head. He likes to work them. Yeah, I guarantee you Bob Brown pooped his pants during that promo. He had to have.
I got the feeling, you know, if you whipped him a little, that would just please him.
He's got a lot of praise for himself, as we're finding out.
Oh, it's an ankle lock.
But Eric Freeze has something to say about that. Working over the leg of Stan Saxon, and I guess he's got to try and size down a man, get him down to the mat. That's the only way to work the big man.
Well, you're right there. And Freeze could have been a lot better off had he left Saxon on his stomach, working on his leg from the backside.
I don't think he's even bulky. He's just
created the situation that he did for him. Beautiful
not
move.
skinny? I don't know what the term is. Stuart, yeah, thank you for the follow.
Really have him locked in. But for some reason or another, he's got it turned around.
Stuart, yeah, thank you. Hook's designed Freeze's tights.
He could go into a step over toe hold at this point also, but that gets him close in proximity to Saxon, and Saxon could easily then reach up. What's good about what Freeze has got now?
Let's shoot right into the light, so nobody can see anything.
Now he's applying a lot of pressure there, trying to twist the ankle, of course, but I guess the hamstring is where you're going to really feel the effects of that one, maybe in the side of the knee as well in those ligaments. But that right foot still seems to be pretty good. And he just booted Eric Freeze. It looked like he was going for the field goal.
Freeze didn't do as much damage to him as I guess
field goal
or that he had hoped that he had done. Of course, the thing is, with a big man like Saxon, as you said, it's like an elephant. If you've got him laying down, he can't trample you.
That's not nice to compare him to an elephant.
And that's the thing that I guess he was trying to do originally with Saxon. It'd be better off if he could get him down.
He's a bad guy.
Well, Saxon's not going to win any friends with the way his stylings are towards wrestling. He moves very slow in there, except he can really surprise you on occasion, Nick.
Yes.
He comes back with some agile moves that I would never expect
yeah, I'm paying
man,
attention.
And I honestly think that's going to carry him a long way in the WFWA and other parts of the country.
No, you're correct there. That's the thing that has made Saxon as successful as he's been.
The referee has horrible balance.
But on occasion,
he's wobbling.
Make those fast, sharp, crisp moves that people much smaller than him are the ones that you think of making them.
Solid punch, I'll give him that.
Advice a veteran like yourself could give to a man like Saxon?
Well, I'd have to say continue your style, but at the same time, learn and focus on how many real sharp, surprising moves.
Ooh, okay.
Because your opponents won't expect them out of you, and so that you will actually surprise the H-E-L-L out of them.
The H-E-L-L out of them. You can spell hell, but you cannot say it. It's Canada.
That was a high back body drop.
Wasn't Eric Freeze, didn't he go over as like Lance Storm's partner on a tour? Like a replacement thrill seeker?
He came down with a lot of impact.
Let me tell you, one time Leo Jonathan body slammed me all the way across the ring. And I wondered how long I was going to stay up there. Oh, nice something.
Oh.
He didn't get both legs over. If he gotten both legs over,
oh hey, look!
One of those impact quick moves. Like
Stan Saxon with a drop kick.
And you see, that's what I mean about a guy like Saxon. He's not going to surprise you very often, but when he does, it's usually very costly.
I love that we got 3 comments at the exact same time. Shouldn't it be H-E double hockey sticks? Alright, Eric Freeze was Lance Storm's partner at an FMW tour.
And I do recall that happening.
I think there was like a pay disagreement with Jericho or something, but Storm still wanted to go.
A little bit less, well, I guess a little bit less in the weight division. Yes. Over 100 pounds anyway. But Saxon, one move that I see the man deliver on a lot of occasions is from that top rope. One thing I've never seen Blackwell get a pass, but that weight difference will help that out. But Saxon, he's got that...
Eric Freeze, I will say, handsome young man, now that we finally got a close-up shot of his face.
Good on your television set, but he's got a thick chest.
Freeze threw a good drop kick, but he had to extend himself. He didn't get as much impact. Whoa!
Oh! Okay, solid backdrop bump that time. Maybe a little close to the ropes, though.
Big backbreaker there.
Yes, it is. You see, if he had hooked that leg solidly...
I'm looking at the front of his tights. I don't think he's Canadian Alex Wright in all ways. H-E double curling brooms. Thank you, Rudrick. That's the word.
I think he's going for a big suplex here, Nick. He might have him there. I think that took all the steam out of it. Oh, he picked him up. Nick, this young man does his time.
Stan Saxon has some Jaromir Jagr vibes.
To affect his one-loss record, but one of these days it's going to happen. You are. Oh!
What the hell?
Now, there was a shade of old Larry the Axe Henning.
What's your finish? Oh, I'm gonna hit you in the face with the hard part of my elbow. And it sounds like the Head of the Class song.
If you live in the Manitoba area, you can pick up your Winnipeg Sun newspaper once a week and read my article giving you the news of what's happening in the world of professional wrestling. You might remember back 2 weeks ago, a little feature on the Bullet, Mike Lazansky. He is back from Mexico, and he is here in the WFWA.
Yeah, I think Joe Ayala only has that one outfit. The one shirt, the one outfit, the one head of hair.
He will be returning here to the territory, and when you see his name on
love
marquee,
that he calls it
make
the
sure you get your
territory.
tickets early. Here he is, Mike Lazansky, right here on national television, only on WFWA Main Event Wrestling. Well, Johnny Starr has got him in a sleeper. Mike Lazansky, this one could be all over if Starr can keep that.
Gotcha. Okay, it was Jericho and Freeze. That makes more sense that they would just be like, hey, you can replace Lance Storm.
With all his strength, and Starr breaks the hold.
Gotcha.
How about we say a big hello to all our native fans across Canada?
So the story of Mike Lazansky was like, apparently he came from money, like his parents were rich. So he was just able to like fly himself to all these different countries to wrestle. And he was like decent. He was pretty good.
They actually have fish up there.
But
Bob, whatever you want to say about those people, keep to yourself.
But the boys kind of hated him because he would like pay his way into CMLL, pay his way into Puerto Rico. Am I the referee? I had no idea. I don't remember working for Cody Condello, but apparently I did.
Well, we will find out shortly, won't we, Bob? Come on, get with it. You're more educated than that, asking stupid questions.
I suck at refereeing.
If you're trying to, I tell you, that was a beautiful drop kick, Bob. One of the best I've ever seen in this business.
In this business, Ayala would get torn apart if he went to an actual wrestling company.
Right up there with Jumpin' Jim Brunzell. The man used to kick you like a mule when he get up there. And this
used to kick you like a mule.
Me this week.
Well, my hair, I think my hair just looks lighter under this light. It's like dark brown. It can look black depending on the day.
Great wrestling match, Joe.
You better believe it is one of the best I've seen in weeks. These two light heavyweights. Nice hip toss there by Starr. These two men have been evenly matched right from the opening.
He was like, you were supposed to sit up for that. I'm going to pull you up.
That drop kick has still had an effect on Mike Lazansky. Small package and only a 2 count.
This is supposed to be a Mike Lazansky feature, and he's just been getting his ass kicked. I love it.
But I'll tell you, listen, when Lazansky is a
Lazansky.
good athlete. He's been
Bob Brown's
coming
like, I
on,
don't
been
care.
coming on real great. Now you look
Everyone
at
in this promotion talks about dudes coming on and coming on and coming by.
Down, but here he goes. He's going to kick out.
This is a tribute promotion?
Any man that can survive a suplex like that has to have a lot of strength and fortitude, and Mike Lazansky
Yeah, look how good this guy's selling is. Wait till he comes to your town to get beat up.
And this match has been going at a full space.
5 body presses could be it. Only a 2 count. You talk about sudden death action. Oh, double clothesline.
Holy smokes, I don't know where these two guys get their energy from. This match is
I don't know either.
Almost 13 and a half minutes, and they've been going at full blast, and they're still going.
You know what, Bob? These two guys are getting stronger as the match goes on, and you don't see that with the heavyweights too often.
Hey, camera operator, could you get out of my way?
And Mike Lazansky going off the top rope. Starr doesn't know where he is. Lazansky taking off. Flying body press 1, 2, 3. An impressive victory. You know what?
Yeah.
He has to have a winner in this
I love that the crowd figured out in waves that he won, like in sections. This part cheered, that part cheered. Mike Lazansky is the guy in the white pants. He wrestled in ECW for a little bit. He wrestled in Puerto Rico, CMLL. I think he did like one worldwide taping in Orlando.
Also signed 13-man battle royal, $1,000 to the winner, and the winner
$1,000.
Jerry Morrow on an upcoming card.
I saw Ric Flair posted something about Anyball.tv today.
All part of Bar Wars 1992.
Ooh, that's a funny feud.
Night, March the 28th, 9 o'clock start time. A return engagement, Grand Marais, Manitoba, at Mike
and Anyball.tv is probably just mad that Ric Flair wore a shirt in his last match.
The stars of the WFWA hit the
Disrespecting the business.
Already signed Bulldog Bob Brown, The Natural, Bobby J, Chi Cruz, plus
Chi Cruz, hey,
a 12-man battle royal.
Canadian
Saturday, April the 4th,
wrestler. I was going to say legend, but no.
9 o'clock start time, all part of Bar Wars 1992. And don't forget, coming up in the month of April,
each person put $76.92 into the pot for the 13-man battle royal.
As well, a big show coming to Dauphin, Steinbach and the Long Plain Reserve. It's the WFWA on tour. Don't you dare
please write to Tony Condello's house or call his home. That's sad. Chi Cruz, modern day Brutus Beefcake.
Ladies and gentlemen, a special treat in today's main event, an up-and-coming young tag team that's traveled through Mexico.
A special treat in this main event.
And they are making
we have
a name for themselves
Luthez
right here in Canada
against George Hackenschmidt.
WFWA. Here's a look at some
happened last week
Chris Jericho and
in
Lance
Moose Knuckle
Storm in tag team action. Today's main event right here on the WFWA. We're off and running with some more rough and tumble wrestling.
Alright, who are these guys that are wrestling? Main event time, our last match tonight. Lance Storm and Chris Jericho. I think I need to, Brandon. Yes. I need to figure out how to use it for something. I agree.
Well,
that's a great song.
I saw them a week ago, and I was tremendously impressed. And I don't impress easy. I don't give out compliments easy.
Except you've been giving out compliments all night.
You have to earn them.
Yankee Hawk, that's an unfair comparison. Holy crap, look at Lance Storm's vertical leap. Roller Games is the all-time GOAT theme song. But it was also specially recorded for Roller Games.
What do you see in a tag team like Sudden Impact here?
I think Bob Brown was booking at this point, but Don Callis would go on to book for Condello at some point.
But these two men can fly. How would they compete against some of
that is the whitest man I've ever seen.
That the fans are used to seeing on television.
Well, I'll be very honest. The only thing that I would worry about is almost a move that they tried to make.
Why didn't you wait for him to turn around?
What happens with a young team?
Slingshot. Oh my God! Jericho is so mad right now. He drop kicked that man in the soft spot of the head.
Or don't execute something just because you think you've built a reputation.
That was awesome.
Well, that move against someone like yourself could have cost them the match right then.
Oh, absolutely.
And maybe these two men are on fire quite a bit. Picking them up now.
So now the other team gets to do a babyface comeback? No, he's a heel because he's strutting. Okay.
You're absolutely right. Very impressive tag team. Sure,
is that Bobby Budnick?
In the world of wrestling, you never stop learning, or I guess that would be the day you hang up your boots.
Oh well, I hung my boots up, and I still was learning. You learn right to the last.
Yeah, Mike Lazansky. Didn't he die in like the late '90s? He died like you said, really young. But I think he died in the middle of like all of those deaths that happened back to back to back to back to back. Yeah, Jericho, Brian brought it up a second ago. He does look like 1988, 1989 Jeff Jarrett. Like, if you remember when Jericho did that feud with Shawn Michaels where he put up the picture on the Titantron, it's like, look, I was ripping you off. It's like, no, dude, you were simply irresistible.
watch out when these two men visit your city or town on that
Also, they found the smallest human beings possible to wrestle Storm and Jericho. I think Jericho's like 5'10", and he towers over this guy.
Very, very impressive team. Well, that name speaks well for them.
This guy looks like Bruiser Brody in the 3rd grade.
Wfwa in all parts of the world, and Lance Storm's in there now. And he is
Like, Storm looks gigantic next to this dude.
Wow! He almost decapitated him. And I'll tell you what.
This guy's decapitated. Who was that follow? The Taps, thank you so much. The Taps, much appreciated. Okay, he died in December of 2003, Mike Lazansky did. It's about the point when I thought he had passed. It is wild seeing, like, a modern, decent tag team amongst all of this other stuff on this show. Like, these guys on the same show as Gene Kiniski. I think this is the promotion where they did the conga line butt fuck. Lance Storm talks about sometimes. I think the story of Lance telling the tale of the conga line butt fuck is on YouTube. Cruiser Brody. Cruiser Brody, fantastic. Apparently there was a match in this promotion where, like, they did a conga line, but they were all, like, crotch to butt. And, like, Bob Brown was in it, and Gene Kiniski. Oh my gosh. Lance Storm keeps casually doing the longest jumps I've ever seen in a wrestling ring.
They're almost moving 10% faster than
Yeah, we didn't want to see Lance Storm do the razzle dazzle. Why would we?
Almost on it every move that they make. Well, as far as I'd be concerned, you've wrestled in tag team action. You faced many great tag teams, Gagne and
Kinda like that, but instead of the thumbs, it's the crotch. Why does... You're supposed to just go with it, Chris.
Oh, wow. I thought he would have had him.
I don't think we're going to get to see this whole match, because the file ends in 17 seconds.
Together to some of the great tag teams of all time, maybe even Fuji and Tanaka.
Hey Ian, we're about to wrap up. I'm sorry, bud. But the VOD will be up, like, as soon as we're done. Oh my gosh! That's like the first good double drop kick we've ever seen, and the file ends there. I'm so sorry, guys. So, we end... Hello, Ian Riccaboni. You did fabulous this weekend at Ring of Honor and Collision. But that is it. We assume Sudden Impact just won that match. We'll never know, because Cruiser Brody could have kicked out. I'm sorry. But anyway, thank you all so much for hanging out with me for the last 2 hours and 15 minutes here on Off the Grid. Real wild show. A lot of old people. A lot of old half-naked people we watched tonight. Always a good time. So again, like I said a moment ago, if you missed anything, the VOD is going to be up the second we go off the air. By we, I mean me. Again, I'm back Tuesday at 9 p.m. Eastern for WCW Deep Cuts Live. And then for you YouTube members, $4.99 tier and up, we're going to do Not Quite Wrestling next Sunday. A much later era Roller Jam game. So hopefully it'll be exciting. So, without a doubt, we're having fun. It's 10:18 p.m. on the East Coast. I'm not going to be the one to tell you to go to bed right now. Maybe you want to stay up for a bit? Have a little hot cocoa? A little hot cocoa in your mouth? I'm Tom. Bye.